off, we've got making a grand return after like 2 or 3 weeks to the channel. We've got Mr. Trevor Sondrel from Film Geeks. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Has it been that long?
It's been that long.
Dude, that's crazy. My bad. It's good to be back, bro. I always enjoy doing these, and it makes me look forward to something on Sundays, so I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no problem, dude. It's been... I know we didn't do anything the last week because of Father's Day, and then before that, I just went with Shamoon because you had to do. And then before that was when we were all together. So this is a nice little reunion. And we also got AJ Reacts, of course. How are you doing, AJ?
I'm doing great, man. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Enjoying your Sunday so far, dude?
Yeah, man. It's been a little rainy, but you know, it's been okay.
I hear that. Well, all right. We're gonna wait for some people to get in here, and then we'll start it off. So I know you sent in a bunch of questions. Let me just,
I did. I got a little crazy.
A little crazy.
I got a little crazy. I was on a roll.
I like crazy. It's okay. AJ Reacts 2. All right. Let's see what are the stuff that you sent in. And then, of course, when we get live questions, we will start answering those. But let's see here. Oh, wow. This was a lot. Okay. All right. Let's see. The first question you had for us is, what's your end goal for YouTube? Trevor, I'm going to start off with you. What is your end goal for YouTube?
I hate when I'm the solo. It's basically I just like doing this to meet guys like you. All this was for is like I love talking about movies. I do it on a daily basis, so why not do it on YouTube? Does that make sense? Like it was never like get famous. It was never really blow up big. It was just to like get my opinion out there and have some fun. That's what I'm doing.
Of course. So it's not about the growth or the subscribers. It's about like you love film and that's why you want to do it. So as far as me, I'm doing this, or my end goal is just to like create, build CV Nation, create a community of film-loving fanatics and all that fun stuff. And we do have Mr. Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV joining in as well. How you doing, sir?
What's going on?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great. I was just watching Trevor's channel just the other day, and he talked about just go with it, and I've never gone with it. So my wife and I were just watching the movie. I've never seen it before, and I had to leave. I didn't finish it, but I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you, man. How's your week? How's your day been going so far?
My day was great until I found out that I couldn't go to church today because of freaking quarantine. We all thought that was going to be the case, but that wasn't. We all got dressed up. We all drove out and went over there, and nope, nothing. We must have missed the memo, and so we came back. We're like, let's just go watch a dumb Adam Sandler movie, and it was actually pretty funny.
Right. That makes sense.
Not dumb.
That's an interesting alternative.
Well, we were talking about AJ's question of what's your end goal for your YouTube channel?
Bro, AJ, what is it?
No, AJ.
Or did he already answer?
I was asking the group.
Yeah.
And well, I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Trevor. I love connecting with a group of people that enjoy film, movies, television, music, and I am like really into that stuff. So might as well make a channel. And I went to school for a lot of different editing and video and audio production and things like that. So why not apply this skill to things that I enjoy? So it's not really all about the subscribers. Subscribers are nice. I like having more subscribers and growing the channel. And I'm very excited to see where AJ Reacts 2 goes, and broadening the, different types of videos I do, like that. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. I understand. Yeah.
First off, I gotta say that this is freaking amazing, by the way. This is the first time I freaking love AJ. I love this man to death. And this is the first time we're actually connecting. Oh! What is this? We got a Blurbist in the house. That's awesome. Dope.
You know it.
I freaking love this man. It's awesome to be here.
AJ,
right back to you, man.
Rep that merch again. Rep that merch again. That's right.
Blurb.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay. You're going off here, man. You're going off. No, that's awesome. I think that this is the first time you two are meeting, right?
Not the dude. It's kind of weird. We've known each other for a long time.
Right, exactly. We've never like talked like this before.
No, we tried.
We've tried. Yeah, we have, but we've been in some of the fandom initiatives that he has, and things like that. We've messaged a lot, but never like this. So I'm awesome. Excited to talk and converse.
It was like that for me too. Back when I started doing this, I had never like talked like in real life to Trevor or Chris or anybody. So this is a good way to connect. Build the community.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, certain. This is the first time you and I have connected too, and so I'm like super stoked. Trevor, like you're old news. Sorry, but but no, this is cool. I've always watched you guys' live streams, and I was just like, man, I wish I was cool like those guys. I wish I was cool enough to be in the club. And I'm glad
now
I'm
you
here.
are. Well, now you are.
You are.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta say, you have like the coolest background I've ever seen too.
That's true, man. That's a green screen. Right?
Yeah. What?
It is a green screen.
Yes.
But
yeah, cool.
Yeah,
you don't have to say that. Just say it's a cool background. So
my wife made this in the back. She's been painting and putting all these weird things in the background.
Mm-hmm.
This is her makeup light behind me. Right here.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Very fancy. Well, we've got a bunch of people in the chat, actually. We've got Film Fanatic. How are you doing, sir? We've got SpongeBob. Deluxe Collectibles. How are you, sir?
Yeah, nice.
Ginger Cat. Send in your questions, guys. We are open to any questions you guys have. Ian Bigwood. I met this guy on, I think it was Jaron. It was either Jaron or Colin's live stream. Or no, it was Chris, actually. Chris. It was he was in the chat, and they're like, you two need to connect because Ian's a big Spider-Man fan. So I'm glad to see you
Ian's
here, bro.
Huge Spider-Man guy. Ian just started his own YouTube channel, so go check him out.
That's true. There's your plug, Ian. There's your plug.
What is it?
Ian Bigwood.
Okay.
Yep.
And we've got Second Street Marvel. Nice to see you in here, man.
Who's that guy?
Oh, I love you so much.
I freaking love that guy. I love Trinity.
Yeah. Let's see. We do have a bunch of questions. We'll answer a little bit more of AJ's questions. Another one he had is, have you changed directions for your channel from the beginning to now? Who wants to tell you this one first? All right.
No, I have not.
I don't. What does that question mean?
Basically what I was saying with that, like, did your channel start off as something different than it is now? Like that.
Well,
was somebody else taking this?
I have a good answer for this.
Good.
I used to hang on. Let me just do this real quick. I used to have no idea what I wanted to do on this platform. So I wasn't a movie channel. I was just doing whatever I wanted. And then I was like, you know what? I need to get focused. I need to pick a niche and just stick with it. And I did that. That was movies. So to answer your question, yes, it was something different. It was something very different. And I'm glad you weren't around to see it. But
I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
No, it was pretty bad. Okay, let's see. Trevor, was your channel different when it started out?
When I first started, I'm not lying, because I was thinking about what I could do. I wanted to be like a Logan Paul, Alex Wasabi, David Dobrik, all of those guys, because those guys are funny and their live seems cool. But then I said, you know what? I love movies, so I'll get on this movie space. I looked it up. The only movie person I found was Jeremy Johns. I said, I'm about to kill it. No one talks about movies, and it turned out everyone and their mom talks about movies on YouTube. So I just kind of like my first, I don't know, year of doing YouTube until I met Ryan. Like, it was, if I go back and watch his videos, I want to like punch myself in the face. Like, what are you doing, dude? But like, it never changed what I was like trying to make my videos about. It was always about movies and TV and stuff like that. And then I met Ryan right there. He's looking all weird. And then he hit me up where like, we should do like these fandom initiatives and all that. And that's what really like got me to actually think like this is actually a lot more fun to do than just make videos. And like when you make a video and you're not in a part of a community with friends and stuff, it's not that fun. But once I met all you guys and stuff, I was like, oh, this is way more worth it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Gets a lot more fun when you interact a lot more,
Yeah.
AJ, you asked the question, but I'm gonna spin it on you. Was your channel different in the beginning?
It was pretty similar to what it is now. It was going to be like a lot more reactions than anything. And then I was like, you know what? I want to just kind of broaden it. Like, so I started doing like taste tests. I guess that is still reacting, but like taste tests to like different snacks or whatever. And then I did like try not to laugh challenge, which didn't go over great, but I'm gonna try that again.
I remember those.
And
dude, I liked those. I'm glad you're bringing that back.
I did too. It was like a lot of fun making them. It just didn't get a lot of views, so I was just like, maybe that's not what the people want. But I want it, so you know, I'm probably gonna get back into doing certain things like that. But yeah, like I'm ready for like new content, like new videos, things that I've never done before. So I'm getting ready for that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was mostly just reactions and stuff, movie trailers and things like that. But yeah, I do music as well. So.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. We've got Xbox versus PlayStation. Where are you guys sitting on this one?
I'm a PS4 guy all the way.
PS4. AJ, what about you?
Same. PlayStation all the way.
Yeah. How about you?
What does Super Nintendo land under? Why does everyone laugh at that? Super Nintendo is dope. It's got Street Fighter. It's got Turtles in Time. It's honestly got everything you ever want. That's it. That's all. Super Nintendo. That's it.
Right. Xbox versus PlayStation. Where are you sitting on that one?
I have a choose.
Okay, well, does it count if my wife has a PlayStation?
Sure.
And an Xbox. Wait, I forget. She has an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 4. Okay, so I guess we're both. I guess, okay, technically, she likes it when I play Uncharted, and she can just watch it.
So
I don't play video games. My wife plays video games. I don't play video games.
Which one does she prefer?
Skyrim. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. She loves Kingdom Hearts.
So PlayStation.
Oh, that's a good game.
Okay.
Yeah, she has all of those. I got that for like our 3-year anniversary, and then 5-year anniversary. I got her nothing. That was just Friday. No, I'm just kidding. No, I got her AirPods. Booyah. Let's see. She likes Skyrim and whatever that other game is called. Dang, see, I don't know video games.
You said Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. That one. Yeah. But then like someone let me borrow Uncharted, and I was just like, this game looks cool. And then my wife's like, it's like a movie, and I should watch you play it. I'm
so
like,
good.
Okay. And then it is pretty good. Yeah. AJ and I had talked about that before.
Yes. I love Uncharted.
I'm sitting towards PlayStation. I've always been PlayStation. I still have my PlayStation 2 from way back when. I still have my PlayStation 3, and now I obviously have my PlayStation 4. So I've been PlayStation all my life, and that's where I'm sitting. We do have some live chat questions. Let's see here. Ian Bigwood says, if Tobey Maguire returns as Spider-Man, what are your thoughts, guys?
He's never left as Spider-Man for me. In my opinion, he's the best Peter Parker ever. So, like, yeah, that'd be great. But I don't know where I don't know. Like, if they did, like, you know, I think he'd be perfect for Into the Spider-Verse because I don't want to see him alive and in person in the MCU. That's my personal thing because I feel like it would just overshadow a lot of things a little bit in the MCU. I think he'd be great as like another Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to see that. Like a live action Spider-Verse, and everyone wants to see that.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd rather see him in live action. I don't want to see him animated, and I don't want to see him in the MCU. So I do agree with you on that. If I wanted to see him again, I'd rather it be like something separate, like Spider-Verse in the same universe, just live action. That's what I would want. But no.
So what do you?
Yeah.
So what do you guys mean, like part of the MCU? Like
if
would Tom Holland not be part of it?
He would, like, just not an MCU set movie, like Tom Holland, because Sony owns Spider-Man, so it would be Tom Holland Spider-Man, basically the whole separate spump universe that they have, it would be set in there basically.
Okay, yeah. I agree with that. Not like an Avengers movie where Tobey Maguire meets Scarlet Witch and like that. Yeah, I got you.
I really want to.
Trevor's like, okay, you're onto something.
I would love that, dude. Introduce all the Spider-Mans and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, dude. Let's get this going. I've said it for the longest time. If you did a live-action Spider-Verse movie, you did a live-action Spider-Verse, remember you told me that wouldn't be $1 billion club? Come on, man. Come on.
That'd be cool.
It would be.
That'd be cool. This is my thoughts on that, though. I feel like it would just be a gimmick. And I don't want Tobey Maguire to be like a gimmick. I want him to be like however they're doing Keaton in the DC, he's going to be at least a pretty big part, even if he's only in there for like 5 minutes. He's going to play a major part. I don't see Tobey Maguire ever playing a major part in an MCU or Sonyverse type movie, and I would want him to. So they would have to do it right.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, right. I think, but even Andrew Garfield wasn't shown any love. So if you brought Andrew Garfield in too, I mean, it could be a crazy movie how they're tied it in. Look at AJ's face. Well, you could tie it in and be really, really good.
You don't like Garfield?
I thought we went over this. I'm not a fan.
You do have a video. You do have a video of him.
I'm not the biggest fan. Garfield wasn't bad. Just not my favorite.
The movies were.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, next
what they should do? On Wreck-It Ralph 2, when she goes in and sees all the princesses and sitting around doing nothing. That's how it should be with the Spider-Verse. That would be dope. They're all just like sitting
that would be a waste, I feel.
I know, but it would be kind of cool.
It would be cool to see, but I don't know if that will work out. Yeah, we lost AJ because he was talking against Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. It will happen again.
He kicked me out.
Dang.
I do this all the time. But no, I would like to see Tobey. The only exception I'd make is Doctor Strange. I would like to see as a cameo. I don't want him to play a major part in an MCU movie. I think if you do a Spider-Verse, then I think you need to give all of them equal space. So you bring Andrew Garfield back. You have Tom Holland in there, which I'd be fine with Tom Holland not having as much to do with it, even though he'd be like the main Spider-Man because he's the new Spider-Man. I just feel like because we already have him in the MCU, I feel like it'd be okay to not give him the most screen time, but I just want all three of them back. That's all I want. I don't know what more I could possibly ask for from movies if this happens.
I know what I can ask for, and I say it all the time. Give Spider-Man his own villain. Come on. Every villain is Tony Stark's villain. What?
Yeah.
What? Come on.
100% agree. 100%. I think Trevor,
I get fired up about that.
Well, he shouldn't be living in somebody's shadow.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
And that's all he's going to be. Even I have a bad feeling even when they cross over again, Captain Marvel, he's going to be looking up to Captain Marvel and everything.
Don't say that.
But it's coming. That they've thought, it's been on that whiteboard before when Spider-Man needs to be his own man. And that's why I'm really excited to see what Sony's got.
Agreed.
I was actually kind of happy about the fact that they ended the deal when they did. Because I was like, this is what he's going to be solo now. But then again, I don't want to miss out on him in the Avengers movie. So there is that. But I wanted him. He has enough just his world is enough to they've done his own separate universe before. So you don't have to just connect him to everything. You can he even in the comics, this is what it was like. They had cameos every now and then, but it was mainly just this own pocket universe. And I don't know why they can't do that in the MCU. They just have to connect everything, but I don't know. That's just me. What else do we have here?
It was cool in the beginning, but now it's kind of they're kind of messing it up a little bit.
And I've said this before, I thought I wanted a younger Spider-Man, but the way they've done this version, I kind of want him to be older now. I need a more mature Spider-Man. I need a more mature Peter Parker.
Yeah, I think Far From Home should have been graduation and that was like an internship for college. That's what I personally. I liked Homecoming. I liked Homecoming. Seeing more of the high school side of it, but I really liked Tobey Maguire's original Spider-Man because we got to see him living in downtown doing his job, you know? So I definitely want to see that. Right now, it's like, how are you ever going to get him to work for the Bugle, especially since, like, because now his identity is revealed. The Bugle's the one who ratted him out. So I have a bad feeling we're just never going to see him work for the Bugle ever.
Now we know JK's coming back. He's already filmed his next cameo. So I don't know how big of a role that is. I mean, if he's already filmed it, I'm guessing not that big of a role. Maybe it's not. Is it possible it's not in another Spider-Man movie? Because that movie hasn't even started filming yet.
I don't know.
It'll probably be in Spider-Man 3.
Probably,
More than likely.
Because like people were saying when Far From Home came out, like this is just a one-time thing. I was like, there's no way they brought him back just once. If they brought him back
for that little amount of time, no.
There's no way they're gonna use him more. Like you, I agree. I want to see that Bugle aspect, but because of everything they've done, I don't know how we can see that now.
We're probably not gonna get it.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Is he even a photographer?
He says
I don't even think he's a photographer.
He builds computers, reads books. I think that's all I've heard him say. That's what he said in Civil War.
I don't think he's
But I feel like you don't want to make. I get that you want me to comment accurate, but like when you're remaking Spider-Man this is now the third time we've seen Spider-Man. You gotta be different. If you're like just like Tobey Maguire, everyone's gonna be pissed about it. So like, and if he's not like Tobey Maguire, everyone's pissed about it. It's kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars is good. Star Wars sucks. It's like it's so divisive. You know, kind of like I enjoy Tom Holland. He's like my favorite MCU character. I think he's gonna be the new leader of the Avengers, and I think we're really gonna see him break out from under that Tony Stark thing. I think that Marvel's smart. Kevin Feige's a smart guy. I really think that, like, basically Tom Holland's everyone thinks that, like, oh my God, it's just Iron Man 2.0. But I'm pretty sure, if this is just me speculating, me and Kevin Feige aren't friends, but I'm pretty sure that Spider-Man will really get in the limelight and everyone will be like, dang, they really did a good job setting this up. He's not just under Tony Stark's shadow anymore. He has to come and be the hero, be the ultimate guy. And I liked what they did with him in Infinity War, him being with Tony Stark, and Tony Stark. We never got to see Uncle Ben. So maybe in a way that Tony Stark was kind of his Uncle Ben.
Yeah, I actually like
definitely.
Yeah, but
so that's just I'm enjoying what they're doing right now with him. So I'm not
certain. You're about to say something.
Yeah, well, like no,
AJ's so fired up.
I get serious about this stuff, y'all.
I respect that. But I think I'm okay with Tony being the new Uncle Ben, but don't make him the Uncle Ben, if that makes sense.
Right.
They're not doing that, though. I just threw that out there. I said I think they're trying to make it seem like because Peter never had a father figure. We never got to meet Uncle Ben, so maybe Tony was that Uncle Ben for him. They're not making him Uncle Ben. They're making him a mentor for him. Is all I'm saying.
I think they did that. I think they did that really well in Far From Home, where they mentioned Uncle Ben, but like it was like a pseudo origin for Spider-Man. We've seen his origin so many times. We didn't have to. It's just showing like, oh, he's going through this again, but with somebody else. And so like that's why I really liked what they were doing with that Ben aspect. I think maybe they could have done a little bit more, like maybe like talked about Ben a little bit more.
Sure.
Like his history and like maybe like a flashback. Like we don't even need original actors to be like, just throw an actor in there and we'll get it as fans. We're like, okay, this is Ben. We don't need to see like the same thing over again with Garfield's Spider-Man. We don't need that. We need to see him, or we need to see Peter change, and I think they did that really, really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but I think like I don't need to see Uncle Ben, but I need them to say Uncle Ben, you know, because they haven't even said it so far, and that's like I need an acknowledgement. Like
disrespectful.
I think incredible missed opportunity in the what's it called, the Mysterio dream sequence. They say maybe if it weren't Mysterio's like if it weren't for you, maybe Tony would still be alive. I think if they had said Uncle Ben,
Ben,
I know.
Ben,
I
that
was
would have
waiting
been
for
that
that.
would have been perfect.
that would have been
I was
so much-
waiting for that.
it would have made more sense because like Tony dying is not really like what he's trying to do is like make Peter think Tony dying was his fault, but we as viewers know that Tony dying wasn't like connected to Peter. Well, like he sacrificed himself because he knew Peter was going to be there and all that, but Peter wasn't like directly connected to his death or anything. With Uncle Ben, he literally, if he had done something differently, Uncle Ben would still be here. If he had been responsible and stopped the burglar, Uncle Ben would still be here, and that's much more directly connected. So making Peter think that way, because Peter knows that. Peter knows Uncle Ben died because I wasn't responsible. Making Peter think that would have made more sense, in my opinion. So that was an incredibly missed opportunity, not having Uncle Ben name dropped there and all that. So I just need an acknowledgement. I just need somebody to say Ben. Like he hasn't even said the name yet, and so it's just a little nitpick. It's just a little nitpick for me personally.
I think even in that scene, they could have had 2 tombstones, one that said Tony and one that said Ben, and that could have been, that right there.
Yeah,
Just acknowledgement.
Definitely.
That's where you came from. This is like the whole reason why you became Spider-Man, basically.
Yeah, and then the whole thing of him going through this again, it makes sense technically because we haven't seen his origin. Like we didn't see this Peter Parker's origin, so it makes sense that he's now experiencing this instead of with Uncle Ben through Tony Stark again. But then what happened with Uncle Ben kind of shaped Peter. So then what the point he's at, because it feels like Uncle Ben wasn't here, if that makes sense. The way they're doing it with Tony Stark, it feels like there wasn't an Uncle Ben to guide him all through this. All that stuff didn't happen to this Peter Parker. But we know it did because they're not just going to ignore that. That'd be stupid. So it doesn't add up. It doesn't feel right, if that makes sense, for me.
I feel like they made it seem that there was no Uncle Ben, or he wasn't as significant as he really was.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so that that hurts me.
Yeah, definitely. We've ranted about this enough.
We did.
Somebody please ask another question before AJ goes full Hulk on the Q&A.
Let's see here. Film Fanatic says, I've never seen Spider-Verse. Well, go do yourself a favor, dude. Check out Spider-Verse. It's a great movie.
Bro.
2 things. That sucks for you, and the other thing, it's going to be friggin' amazing. It's the greatest movie ever.
Ian Bigwood says, favorite Spider-Man film? I ask this on every live chat. That's okay, dude. We have a Spider-Man fan in here, so it's okay. Ian says, favorite Spider-Man film? What are your guys' favorites? I know what Trevor's is. Trevor. It's Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse,
right?
easily. Yeah, it has to be.
Ryan, what's your favorite Spider-Man film?
Spider-Verse, that's really friggin' easy. But and it's not even close. I don't even count that as I count it as a Spider-Man movie, but I don't even count that as a question because it's obvious. But Toby's first Spider-Man is like way up there for me.
Okay. AJ.
Spider-Verse, and it is close for me. The very first Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man is close with Spider-Verse to me. But
I'm in the minority because it's not it's not Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I know yours. It's Spider-Man 2, isn't it?
Spider-Man 2 for me.
I thought it was Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, I like those movies.
You talk about it like it's
I love the movie.
He does.
I love the movie, but that doesn't mean it's my favorite. It's in my top 4. My top.
I got you.
It goes for me. It goes number 1, Spider-Man 2. Then it's Spider-Verse. Then it's the first Tobey Spider-Man, and then it's Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's my list. That's my list. That's my top 4. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite. No, without a doubt, no questions asked. I guess I'm in the minority here, but the way I see it is that Spider-Man. Most people who are like hardcore Spider-Man fans think Spider-Man 2 is the best. I'm not saying you guys aren't hardcore Spider-Man fans. I'm saying Spider-Verse is kind of like the easy answer, I guess. So that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Like Spider-Verse, everybody knows Spider-Verse is great.
You want to be cool by not being with the pack.
No, I'm not trying to differentiate myself. I'm just saying, like, Spider-Man 2 is my Spider-Man movie. That's
funny is because Spider-Man 2 is like super way down on my list, like almost the last.
That's true. I've seen the Letterboxd list.
Yeah,
and
AJ. I said it, bro.
I had some feeling. What's your least favorite? I can't remember what your least favorite was. What's your least favorite?
Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man Part Deuce.
Okay. Well,
Deuce.
Part Deuce.
Well, okay.
Oh shoot.
Okay, that's fine. It's
that's a difference in opinion right there.
what we're trying to do here. Me, Jaron, and not Colin Williams. Me, Jaron, and Griffin Schiller. We're trying to start a revolution. People who like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's what we're trying to do. And we'll get there someday. Like we've all said, 3 people out of 7 billion like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 so far. So we'll get there.
Have fun with that.
Right.
One day. It'll happen. Fan Jector's in the chat. What's going on, dude? Uncle Ben had it coming.
Don't read that. He is a pot stirrer. I know that man.
Remove me from the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually love Fan Jector. His stuff is so freaking amazing. He really did bail. AJ bailed. Okay, there you go.
Do it. No, I knew you were gonna do that.
Hey, you asked. You asked for it.
I did.
Andre Roberts, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the chat. Ian Bigwood says, no, you're not in the minority. You're on my team, Spider-Man 2 for life. Okay, well, at least Ian Bigwood agrees with me. Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie, but I mean, it's okay. To each their own. Spider-Verse is great. Spider-Verse is really, really good. Let's take more AJ questions. Anime versus animation. What'd you guys say for this one?
Say that again?
Anime
versus animation.
Aren't they the same thing?
No.
And
Matt.
Anime is Japanese animation, and
well, yeah,
animation is basically American animation.
Which one do you?
I don't know if any of you guys are into that.
Pen and paper are being done there.
Right.
It's animation. Anime is short for animation. Anyway, sorry.
AJ, because I don't really have any answer.
Okay, I do prefer animation, just because I grew up with it. But anime has recently really been a huge part of my life. So I love anime, but I think animation is very nostalgic for me. I don't know if any of you guys have been into anime at all, but
Death Note. I freaking love Death Note.
I'm trying to get into it soon.
Yeah.
Death Note is really good. Don't watch any of the live actions, any of them.
Yeah.
Definitely
I watched
watch
half of the live action Death Note movie, and it was terrible.
No, don't even bother. The original TV series of Death Note is freaking awesome. I really love it. That's what got me into anime, and I definitely count Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra anime as well.
Okay.
So I love that stuff. Other than that, that's all I've really watched. My wife freaking loves anime. We watch like Sword Art Online. That's actually pretty cool.
Okay.
So other than that, that's about all I do.
That's it. I have a recommendation. My Hero Academia. I say this to everybody.
Oh, my wife's obsessed.
Oh, My Hero Academia is so good. But yeah, animation for me.
Film Fanatic is saying, what's your letterbox, guys? You guys want to plug your letterbox real quick?
Yeah, mine is just AJ Reacts too.
Trevor
Sandro.
Ryan?
Mufasa died first. I'm sorry, that's not sorry. I don't know what mine is. What is mine? I tried to drop the link to it. Mr. Movie Monger 13.
Whoa.
There
you go. I have had that handle for ever since I was, get this, I've never really told anybody this, but I used to be a film critic on Channel 16, and I was freaking like back when Twitter wasn't even a thing, and I was just like, I'm going to set this up, and that was my name, and that was the show. So
what?
I've had that ever since.
That's awesome.
It actually isn't, but it's cool.
That's cool. You were on TV?
Oh yeah, I was on TV a lot actually, and don't go look up. It's really embarrassing.
I'm about to go look it up.
Okay, cool. You don't know the name of it.
I don't.
It was on Channel 16 here in local Spanish Fork, whatever. But the cool thing was I did get to go to movies for free because the whole point was to promote the local theater. And I just go in there. I was just like, I'm here with Channel 16, Channel 8. And then we go in there. Sometimes by myself because I saw really sucky movies. And then they would give me like all of their free, all those standees, those cardboard standee stuff. I would just take all that stuff home because by law, they actually have to throw it out and they can't sell it. So I was just like, I'll just take it. We need it for the studio. And I'll send you guys a picture. My basement was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But that was the only cool thing about that job.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see that.
I mean, you get to talk about movies on TV. What?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you love?
Well, yeah, but it was a television station built for senior citizens. So it was very lonely. And like I couldn't be racy at all. I couldn't say suck or I couldn't say like crap or anything. Plus, I'm a Mormon, so it's just like I shouldn't even be saying those things anyway. But but on top of that,
censored.
I'm living on the edge over here in Utah. The thing about being a movie critic, and this honestly, like I love what you guys do. I watch you guys' stuff for a reason. I really hate reviewing stuff. I hate because I ain't no film critic. I ain't overworking friggin' Hollywood doing all that kind of stuff. Who am I to say what's good and what's not? I have opinions about stuff. That was when I really didn't like it. Like when I was just like, why am I going to pick apart this Keanu Reeves movie? I actually liked it, but then so many people said they hated it. So I had to be the one talking about all the bad reviews. It just made me it made me look for the bad things in movies rather than enjoy a movie, even the suckiest ones out there. You know what I mean? So it was fun, but it was kind of lonely and it was a little bit depressing because it made me hate all of those movies. And then I go back and watch them. I'm like, those actually are pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that now. I get that. I understand why you didn't care for it.
Yeah, I know, Trevor, you don't like doing reviews either, right?
I'm thinking I'm gonna stop doing movie reviews on my channel. I don't like doing them. I really don't like giving a score, doing talking about the positives and negatives, things I like, things I didn't like. I just and the only way like to do a movie review, like if you're looking for views and anything like that, you have to do it early because like everyone is posting on that Thursday night or Friday. You have to get like Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns posted on Tuesday. Yes. So it's not even about them thirsty for views and stuff. It's also just kind of like talk like after I see a movie too, I generally try to go home, film a review, and post it. My thoughts are so fresh, so I like it a lot more. But if I sat on it and think about it for a while, I go, I don't like it as much. Like when I reviewed The King of Staten Island a couple weeks ago, and it might be the last movie I ever review, gave like a 98%. Then I rewatched it again the next day. I was like, okay. I rewatched it again the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's not even close to that. It kept going down. That's what's hard for rewatching movies. Is it's like it changes. Viewing out of them.
I'm the exact opposite, Trevor.
You're the opposite? That's
I'm
funny.
The exact opposite. Like I love reviewing movies. I really enjoy talking about the positives, negatives. Of course, it's my opinion, but it's like, I'm glad that I am able to share my opinion, not have to look at the negatives, just the negatives, like Ryan kind of had to do. Sure. But and I love like sitting on it. Like that's one of the things, like you have to do it really fast and when it's fresh, but I really enjoy like sitting on it for like a day or two and then going back and like regrouping my my thoughts on it, then coming out with a review. I'm like the exact opposite. I didn't know that you were serious about not liking reviewing stuff.
And only way I would redo it is if I want to find a different way to do it. Because me and Ryan talked about this. Like everything seems like everyone's doing the same thing anymore. So like if I did it, it'd have to be like end of the month, like review every movie I saw, something different. That's like not. I don't know.
Cool.
Bro.
Cool.
Okay, certain. I was telling you about this. Something that I was about to announce. Do you mind if I do that?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. That's you. All
Hey,
you, bro.
so
All you.
Trevor hit the nail on the head. It's like super frustrating for film YouTubers right now because no new movies are coming out, and everybody gets in a groove. They go to a movie, they come back, they film it, and then they post it and everything, right? And because you can't do that, people are really struggling right now to try and reconnect to their identity. Some people have been doing really well, some people haven't. The funny thing is that the one of the first questions that you were asking, AJ, was what did our YouTube channel used to be, or how has it evolved? Not a lot of people know, but Nerdy Blurb TV started first off and foremost only ever going to talk about books, and we still do, but we just found a really cool community here in the FilmTube community. It's so much fun, and we were supposed to do with a local board game store here. We were supposed to talk about board games. That didn't work. It just took too long, and they're great people over there, but like they didn't get it. But and we plan to do that kind of stuff. But like now more than ever, the community is like either downfalling or just like really spiking in two different things. Live streams, which are great, I really love them, but not everybody can do it. And so Trevor and I, plus a few other people who I've talked to, I personally want to start doing movie challenges where people have to find 5 movies they've never seen before in action, thriller, horror, comedy, so on and so forth, sci-fi, and then they talk about it, and then they use a certain hashtag, and then when you click on that hashtag, everybody's video will pop up. It'll be a community altogether. And about the whole book thing, that's why I found YouTube to be so cool, because in the BookTube community, everybody's doing that and they're killing it, and the community there is huge and extremely supportive, because every month they come out with a new challenge or a new book to read. It's kind of like joining a real book club. I propose that we start our own movie club where we don't have to watch the same movies, but we pick 5 movies every month we've never seen before that hits every genre. So like a movie I've never seen before is Stand By Me, and I've always wanted to, but I've never found the time to do it. I talk about that in that month's hashtag video. And then if anybody else wants to see whatever else everybody else is doing in the challenge, they just click on the hashtag and everybody's a part of the community. They can support it. And then anytime they review that movie or come back at the end of the month and say, these are the 5 movies I watched, they use that hashtag, and then they can follow up with people's progress rather than having to sift through and find all of the freaking Jeremy Johns videos first, and then I had to scroll down forever to get AJ Reacts 2, because sometimes YouTube doesn't give me notifications about AJ's movies for some videos when they drop for some reason. It drives me insane. It's only AJ. It drives me crazy. Anyway, if people want to join me with that, we're going to start doing that every single month. At the very beginning of every month, the first week of every month, 5 movies that you've never seen before, 1 horror or thriller, action, sci-fi, fantasy, all of those genres. And then we all talk about it at the end of the month and say how we liked it, or if it lived up to the hype or anything like that.
All right.
I'm done talking now.
All right. Well, when are you planning on getting that started up?
So July 1st is on Wednesday. And I would imagine that first week, whoever wants to do that, they just have to use the hashtag #MyGenreWatchList, and then everybody will be connected. So like, let's say 5 movies off the top of your head if you've never seen them before. Just make a video that says, this is my movie challenge. I'm gonna make a video that comes out and explains everything. I just have been so busy. And then everything will fall into place. And then once somebody clicks on it, it'll show everybody who is doing it. Like if you come up with a video within that week or even that month, it doesn't even have to be the first week. Within that first month, it'll show everybody's who's a part of the challenge. A part of it. It's kind of like using tags in YouTube, but the algorithm is against us because it's giving us all these Jeremy Johns videos that I don't ever want to watch because I don't care about them. I don't know them. I know you guys. And that's the point of YouTube.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a good idea. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, dope.
Sounds
sweet.
Cool. We're gonna get to work on it for sure. Let's see. What was the last question we had?
Last question is Ryan on cocaine? Probably. Probably.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another AJ question. Favorite and least favorite film in your Blu-ray collection? I know my answer pretty easily. I want to see if you guys have answers.
I talk about the one.
Are you asking AJ? You're asking all of us.
All of them.
Okay.
Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Trev, you were saying something.
So that's easy for me.
I showed the one I don't like, but there's a couple movies I have that I really despise, so I won't show all of them. But I've talked about the Dragged Across Concrete movie.
Yeah.
I talked about that.
You're trying to get rid of that.
Have you? You still haven't shipped that yet.
Huh?
You still haven't shipped that to any one of us. You were talking about sending that.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it's still on my shelf over there. It's a piece of garbage movie. But then I'd have to go like Lord of the Rings movies, Perks Being a Wallflower, Endgame, Infinity War. It's too hard. I own like all my top 30, 50 favorite movies. I own them all. So I love them all so much. So it's hard to pick.
I think there's only like one film in my top 5 that I don't own. I think I own most of my top 5. My favorite film that I own, I want to change things up. Let me just find one here. Oh, well, Lord of the Rings: Return to the King. That's one I'll go. I'm just gonna change stuff up, you know.
You gotta go with it. It's so freaking good. So freaking good.
I have that, and then my least favorite is pretty easy. Where is it at? It's right here. Okay. Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, that's bad.
Do not like it.
It's so bad.
I still need to watch that. I haven't seen it.
Don't watch it. Do not. Why would you do that? Don't do that.
Read the book. It's better.
So I can debate you, of course.
Yeah.
And I guess the rest of the world, because they didn't like it either.
I don't know. I heard positive things about it. I watched it. I was like, I read the reviews and I was like, oh, this seems good. And it's like a murder mystery. And that's right up my alley. And I watched it and I was like, wow, I've never seen a more boring film in my entire life. This is a really bad movie. So I didn't like that movie at all.
Missed opportunity, I guess.
Yeah. AJ, favorite and least favorite movie that you
I know I asked the question, but I'm spacing on my least favorite. I have some favorites for sure off the top of my head. I know Whiplash I just picked up. I really enjoyed that one a lot. And I have yet to rewatch that one. I'm really ready to rewatch it. Inception. I think that's like probably my favorite movie of all time. Inception, and Lord of the Rings series.
Gotta love them.
Maybe Fault in Our Stars. I don't know, as least favorite.
Oh, you don't like that movie?
Really?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. The whole Ansel
I love that
Elgort
movie
thing going on right
now. Your heart out. You gave me a forever within the numbered days, and I'm grateful. Come on, man. That's so sad.
I can't think of Chronicle, maybe.
Chronicle? You don't like Chronicle?
I've never seen Chronicle.
I mean, not that I don't. I have like most of my movies I like.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like figure out my least favorite. You know.
Yeah. I'm with you. I don't know if I'd ever buy. I don't have Blu-rays or DVDs or anything. Like I have all 10 seasons of Friends on DVD because I've had those for years, but also because I put them on my Plex account and I'm set. I don't need HBO Max. Screw that. But like I don't ever buy anything that I'm not gonna like. But I understand that people buy them because they've never seen it before or something like that. Yeah. I will say that Chronicle is a bad movie. Is not good. But it is one of my favorite movie experiences I ever had because my dad and I went together and we made fun of the whole time. It was like so much fun. It was, and then we went and saw Social Network like the week after, and then he tried to do that, and I'm like, this movie is actually really
this movie is good.
Like, Dad, just for once, stop making dad jokes right now. Last week was cool, but you need to be quiet right now.
I just bought a movie that I mean I've never seen it, but and it kind of brings up an interesting point. It's Mud. It's got the tag still on it. Mud. I've never seen this. I've actually never seen a Matthew McConaughey film. So yeah. So yeah.
You haven't seen a single film from Trevor's favorite actor?
I actually went through his filmography and I was like, have I ever seen a Matthew McConaughey movie? Like, I know of him. I know he's a huge actor, but you haven't seen the greatest movie of the decade, Serenity? I know that movie's bad. I know that you can't trick me. I know that movie's bad. I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna sit down and try to watch all of his movies. I definitely got to watch Interstellar. I know that's one of his biggest ones.
Oh, that's so good.
Hey, AJ,
what I hear.
One you should watch. Wait, Trevor, you've never seen Interstellar?
No, I said so good.
He said it was good.
I've seen every Matthew McConaughey movie. I'm pretty sure.
A movie you should watch is
go ahead.
Amistad. Watch that one, especially with the political climate and craziness that's going on right now. That's a movie no one talks about, and yet so many people are in it. So good. And Fanjecture needs to shut up because I see that he's writing my name. Oh, okay, never mind. Thanks, Fanjecture.
Yes.
Anyway, Amistad, really good. Steven Spielberg movie starring Matthew McConaughey, Morgan Freeman, whatever his name is from Gladiator.
That guy.
Freaking Anthony Hopkins. Amistad. Really, really.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I know so many people don't know what it is. Fanjecture knows what it is because was it you and I, Fanjecture? I don't think it was us. That were debating this movie on his channel. By the way, if anybody's never been to Fanjecture's channel, it is so freaking cool. It is so cool to debate these movies on his channel. So go and check him out. But he talked about it. I'm pretty sure.
Around what year was that? Oh, I see it.
1997. Amistad.
It is very good.
So I haven't seen every
slavery in the U.S. It is very, very good.
And Anthony Hopkins is in it. Wow.
Yeah, I see Anthony Hopkins, Morgan Freeman. Okay, cool. I added to my watch list.
He plays a lawyer. Matthew McConaughey plays a lawyer, and it's really great. It's awesome.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey in The Lincoln Lawyer. I don't know if you guys have seen The Lincoln Lawyer. It's not like a great movie, but him and that I love movies about law. Matthew McConaughey movie and that Matthew McConaughey that's really good. Like if you want to watch a good Matthew McConaughey performance, if you haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street, AJ?
Nope, I own it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, well he's in that a little bit as Mark Hanna. He goes that's a cool scene. But the movie he won an Oscar for was Dallas Buyers Club. Great performance. The dude transforms his body. Another one, he transforms his body. He didn't brush his teeth for so long for the movie Gold. If you see Gold, he put on 50 pounds, and his teeth are look like George Washington teeth. So he's super committed to his roles. And also, Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite roles he's ever been in. He's Wooderson. Chris from Film Stock, he's the one who recommended me it. Dude, oh my God. That's where he says, all right. It's a really, really good movie. He's like a small
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
How to Lose a Guy in 10
Days.
Days.
That movie a lot.
My favorite movie by him.
Dazed and Confused?
No, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
The rom-com he does, Failure to Launch. I love that movie, dude. I think the movie's hilarious. We got
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker's in there, and then you also got Bradley Cooper in there. You got Kathy Bates in there. It's a really, really good romantic comedy. I watched it again the other day. It's so freaking funny, dude. Yeah.
I bet AJ hasn't seen 10 movies in his lifetime. What? What does that mean? I guess because I haven't seen Matthew McConaughey movies. Maybe I haven't seen 10 movies.
There are 10 Matthew McConaughey movies.
Right, exactly.
So I guess to Bigwood, there's only 10 movies ever.
Right.
I definitely watched The Gentleman too. That's a great one. I really like that one.
Oh, that's my favorite movie of the year, dude. I've watched it 7 times. The Gentleman.
I hear that it's really good. I hear that
that's probably one of my favorites of the year too.
Yeah, Gentleman.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it 3 times in theaters. It was like an MCU movie for me, dude. Like when I saw, I was like, and then him as Mickey Pearson. Wow, dude. And I love Guy Ritchie. I'm a diehard Guy Ritchie fan. One of my favorite directors. His movies. Have you ever seen Snatch from back in I think 90s? Snatch is great. And Gentleman's kind of like back to that Snatch form. Like we need more Guy Ritchie like this because The Gentleman is so good. And also Hugh Grant is my favorite part about The Gentleman. Like Hugh Grant he's the one he's like telling the whole story, dude. As Fletcher, oh, I love that movie so much, dude. Don't get me started.
AJ, it's got a lot of British language in it, just like you know.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that it does.
I really liked Colin Farrell in that movie and Charlie Hunnam. Those
I was hoping Colin Farrell would have more screen time than he did, though.
Yeah, a little bit, but.
I was hoping that too, but like I quote Colin Farrell all the time. Like, the only thing you can wet is your underpants when he says stuff like that. He's so funny. I love that movie.
I like that movie a lot. AJ's one of his last questions. The first film you remember watching in the theater?
Yeah, Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Really?
King Kong.
Yeah, I was 6 years old when it came out. As the first one, a 6-year-old saw that movie. It's the first movie I've ever seen.
I'm so much older than you guys.
You're so much older than us, but I'm so much older than him because I was like, what? Can't even think of how old I was when that movie came out, but he was 6. Wow, so young, bro.
Jake,
so
you're only like 6 years older than me. It's not. I
know
that's not that much. So you were 12. Let's be real.
But still, I remember it.
That's insane.
What's the first film you remember seeing in theaters?
The first film that I remember for sure,
1970.
Like my parents were like, "Oh yeah, we went and saw that in the theaters." I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember any of that stuff." Dang. I want to get my facts straight first. I want to say Lion King, but I really don't remember that. I even remember before then, though. Let's see. I'm trying to look it up, the year, so then I can say it because I know you guys aren't going to know what it is. Let's see. Released was in 19. Holy cow. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so the first movie that I clearly remember, like I actually remember scenes, I remember who I went with, I remember what theater we went to. It was City Slickers 2. And the first one is freaking amazing. This one, even when I was a kid, I was like, this one is not as good as the first one. Like, and I was a little kid. 1994 is when it came out, which is the same year that Lion King came out as well. So I definitely remember going to Lion King. I don't remember where, but me and my cousin and my dad went to City Slickers 2 when we were on our way to our cabin, and we were way early. And my dad's like, "Let's go see a movie," and he took us this movie that I'm sure that we were not allowed to see, and we saw that movie. It was so dumb too because like one of the best main characters in the first movie dies. That's not a spoiler alert. But then they bring him back somehow, like in the second. It was so dumb. Don't see the second one. See the first one. It's so good. Billy Crystal, great movie.
Billy Crystal, okay.
I like Billy Crystal.
City Slickers 2.
Oh yeah, it's like like City Slickers 1. Go see the first one. Don't see the second one.
Did you see that film before the first one before you watched the sequel? In theaters?
So my dad, not in theaters, not the first one. I don't know how I saw it. I'm pretty sure my dad is a huge movie like cinephile.
Have the VHS.
He recorded it on like TBS or something or whatever. Most of all of the movies that I grew up on are all because my dad illegally VHS recorded them.
Have to fast forward through
the Dark Crystal. Let's watch it. Except for we have to fast forward all through the Disney Channel stuff and
and the commercials and stuff.
You kids have no idea what I'm talking about.
They have no idea about the struggle of VHS recording.
My dad had 3. My dad had 3 individual.
Oh my gosh.
Automatic VHS rewinders. So you just throw in the VHS, you slap down the thing, and it rewinds it like really, really fast. He had 3 of them.
That's like they had at Blockbuster. They had those at Blockbuster. Yeah.
Our house was like a Blockbuster video store. It was insane because my dad would
These
have
kids don't know. These kids don't. They're like sitting there.
We know.
What?
We know. What is
Cross
up, Chris?
hair.
What's up?
What's up,
What's up,
dude?
man?
We're talking
What's
about
up?
how much older I am than everyone here.
Yeah, you're like our dad or
too.
something.
AJ is close
I'm
behind.
playing,
I'm not too far behind.
no. How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm late. I had vacation and stuff. You know. How it
No,
is.
we're good, man. It's all good.
Sounds nice.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a ton of fun. It was my first time going to Harry Potter World. Yes, I was wearing a mask and they were doing all the precautions and stuff, if anyone was curious. But yeah, I had a ton of fun. And I rewatched the Harry Potter movies leading up to it, which was probably like the best thing I could have done. I hadn't seen them in so long, and I think I'm in love with the franchise now. I really do. I love them.
It's so good. Trevor,
Yeah.
Trevor, he's not a huge fan, but
I like
man,
them.
Yeah.
I just got to rewatch them. So don't put words in my mouth there.
you said that to me.
I said I like them. Do I love them like everyone else? Heck no. I'm more Star Wars, Lord of the Rings,
That's why I
MCU.
say you're not the biggest fan of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
I'm Team
Yeah.
Trevor. I'm on Trevor's side there, though.
Really? Not the
Appreciate
biggest
it,
Right.
fan?
So here's the
I-
I'm
question.
more Harry Potter.
I've read the books like 14 times. So like the movies
either.
had no chance on me.
I really like
So
them.
like, have you seen that picture going around where it's Star Wars, MCU, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter? It says drop one forever, whatever. Which one would y'all drop?
Harry Potter.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter?
that's like an easy question.
What
for
were
me.
the
Wait, what were the
I don't know.
options
Yeah, what
again?
were the
One more
options?
time.
It was
What were the
MCU, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Which one would you drop?
You guys are gonna hate me for this.
I'm dropping Lord of the Rings.
No.
I'm dropping Star Wars.
Wow.
You guys are gonna hate me. I know.
Dropping Star Wars.
I'm
Oh
drop-
my gosh! I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore.
AJ, what are you dropping?
That's so tough for me because I love all those franchises.
Oh, Ryan.
I might have to go Harry Potter because that was the last one that I got into. But it's
if we're going off that logic, I could have dropped Lord of the Rings because I just watched that, but I'm not dropping Lord of the Rings.
but it's epic. Like
How
I mean, all of those
dare you?
franchises are
So
epic. But
It's so epic. I'm not dropping Lord of the Rings.
Y'all are
I-
tripping.
I don't know. I guess I feel like I have more problems with Harry Potter than I do the other franchises, but I love it a lot. I love
I
it a
have
lot.
way more problems with Harry Potter than I do any of the other movies. And
Really?
yeah, way more problems.
Yeah.
That's a good question though.
It is, yeah.
If
We
I
were
had to
talking
drop
about,
two, if I had to drop two of them, it'd be Harry Potter and Star Wars, though.
all right, at least I got
Okay.
somebody on my side.
I would
Okay.
drop.
Yeah, if I had to drop two, I would drop those two as well.
Yes.
Two. Okay, if we were dropping two, then I could maybe drop Harry Potter. Maybe.
Chris, you're gonna drop Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop Lord of the Rings. I am, and the
Was that
reason
that was
why
your first?
is, yeah, I would drop Lord of the Rings, and it's because I don't rewatch them as much, and that's like a huge thing for me. I know I need to give them a proper rewatch. Trevor's been telling me to. I know I
Yeah,
need
but
to.
like,
You're like,
You
yeah, I
do.
was
you,
gonna
you
say,
just
you
rewatch
definitely
Harry
do.
Potter,
Yeah.
rewatch Lord of the Rings. It'll be good. You promise.
Yeah, because they got a Lord of the Rings world. It's called New Zealand, bro.
That's true. I was saying that to my family literally
love
like
to go
earlier.
there, man.
I was like, if they made a real Lord of the Rings world though, that would make some money, like a theme park.
I
Oh
would
my
love that. I
gosh!
would love
I'm
they
there
do
already.
They actually have the Green Dragon there, the pub or whatever. So they
Yeah.
have
Oh,
all the
really?
Hobbit houses, but they have an actual live working bar there.
That's
Wha-
fair.
how
Really?
how a Mormon who's never been there knows that? Don't know, but it is a fact.
Well,
That's good to know.
we were talking about first film you can remember seeing in theaters. Chris, what's it going to be for you?
I've been told I saw Tarzan was my first one, but the one that I remember seeing, I have memories of. Let me think. Finding Nemo in like 2003, I think that came out. I remember seeing that one in theaters, so I'd go with that. Yeah. Finding Nemo.
Good choice.
Or do you remember this movie? It was like Herbie Fully Loaded, I think. It had
Oh
Lindsay
yeah,
Lohan in it.
Lindsay Lohan. Yeah,
I think
Lindsay
I saw
Lohan.
that one in theaters. Yeah.
I said that was a Disney Channel for me. Disney Channel movie for me
Yeah.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah, years after it came on Disney Channel.
What weapon from the MCU would you like to have? Cap, Shield, Stormbreaker, etc.
Mine was Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
That's your MCU weapon.
It's not a weapon.
I know. That was my answer to the previous question.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Favorite MCU weapon. Which one would you?
I mean, it's not a deadly weapon, but I don't know what weapon. Like, are we talking about superpowers too?
We're talking like Stormbreaker,
Like-
Cap Shield, etc.
Attainable weapons.
Yeah.
Does Thanos' gauntlet with all the stones count? Because if that does, sign me the F up, dude.
Maybe
The Iron
Okay,
Gauntlet.
so
I think the gauntlet
How
counts.
about-
I think the gauntlet counts. Maybe not the stones.
Oh,
I don't want a
wait.
gauntlet
Why
without
would
no
why would you
stones.
want the gauntlet?
I don't
without
know.
the stone?
Got an empty
It's not even
gauntlet.
fair. I feel like stones isn't fair. I wouldn't include it.
Just for show.
Yeah,
I got the gauntlet.
it's jewelry.
I want to.
Oh,
I'm a sucker. I'm a
Yeah,
sucker for Thor, so I want Mjolnir for sure.
I would take Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
I
Iron
think
Man suit.
Stormbreaker.
Because like I don't know if I'm worthy to lift Mjolnir or
Which suit,
Stormbreaker,
though?
so that'd be
Yeah.
whack.
Trust me, Trevor, you're worthy. You got this. You got this,
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Which suit though? Iron Man suit. You said Iron Man suit. Which one?
The one from Infinity War that like heals itself and like how he comes.
The nanotech
Come
one.
on.
Yeah,
Nano
the
hate that.
one
The
is pretty
nanotech
cool.
one, you have to,
Yeah,
or the Hulkbuster
so
because
good.
that Hulkbuster is a badass suit.
Yeah, man, the Hulkbuster too. Yeah, that's dope.
Hulkbuster's
But the
sick.
nano
But the
suit, like,
nanotech,
yeah, like that one was probably my favorite of all the suits.
What is
yeah,
your,
how he turned his arm to a sword. He had the shield. He had everything. I mean, dude, it was like the Battle of Titan. That suit just shows its freaking stealthness. You know, it's great suit.
I always had a question about
Yeah,
that though, because like so Thanos, like he fought Tony basically, right? So on the Battle of Titan. So like, and it was nanotech. So why is the helmet busted in Endgame? It's self-healed.
And
Right?
well, it's 5 years later. We don't know if it's the same suit technically.
wait? Which helmet are you talking about?
It's not. It's technically not the same suit. Like in Endgame, if you look at it, his suit in Endgame is way more bulky than in Infinity War. Infinity War, the nano suits basically looks like clothes. Like it's super tight.
Yeah,
And in Endgame,
right.
it's like he's super big and everything. So I think it's a complete different suit. It is a 5-year gap. I know it's to us, it doesn't seem like it, but it's a 5-year gap in the movie technically.
But it wasn't
So-
though. At the beginning of Endgame, right before, like it was a few days after the Battle of Titan, because Nebula and Tony were on the ship together.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
and he was recording. He recorded a message for Pepper on his helmet, but it was like all busted. So that's the question I've always had. I don't know if that's like.
I've got two answers for you on this one because I feel like one, the answer is they done screwed up. All right, they done screwed up in the movie, whatever. But two, I kind of always looked at that as like, oh, they're repairing the ship, so he's like been like getting rid of a lot of stuff from his armor to repair the ship. So I've never like had to be like, I need to know how, like, why it's broken. But I look at that, I was like, oh, he's been ripping off all of his other stuff to fix the ship. Maybe that's why. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head.
about. I think
Maybe.
the way I look at it, I think you're like asking why it's like a physical. Are you asking like why it's like a physical helmet instead of like the nanites, or?
Yeah, exactly. Why is it a physical helmet? Why is it not repairing itself? It's like busted. Why can't he wear the suit? Period. So
There is a scene where we do see him get hit in the head, and then it fixes itself too.
yes, in Infinity War and the Battle.
Now
of
that I
Titan.
think of it,
Yeah, and it comes back.
yeah.
What I'm thinking,
I don't know, dude. They done screwed up. Freaking Russo's, man.
What I'm thinking, I agree with Ryan. I think
worst.
there's that stripping off thing. I think maybe the helmet, like there's like framing that goes on underneath, and he can just like remove it after it builds itself together. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like there's a way it's supposed to go together, and once it's together, you can like take it off. So it just stays that way. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
possible. That's possible.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
I think
No,
going back to the question, I think my favorite or what I would use would be the Stormbreaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is dope. Groot's arm,
Or the
the way he chopped off his
dude.
arm.
because
Dope.
the Ant-Man suit's kind of sick too.
Yeah, Ant-Man suit. Yeah.
I like the Iron Spider
It's
suit.
huge. And Iron Spider suit was dope too. That was also nanotech.
Yeah.
That's true. Favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Titanic, easy. Next.
Inception.
The Departed. Come on. The
That is a
Departed.
good one.
Inception.
Never seen it.
Inception.
What?
I know.
That's my favorite
I gotta get on that.
Scorsese.
Okay.
I highly recommend that.
On my watch list.
Top of the list right now.
AJ
I
hasn't
think.
seen 10 movies, so we have to remember
I
that.
haven't seen 10 movies. There's 10 movies that I haven't seen. We know that for sure.
They're all McConaughey films.
They're right.
No kidding. I would say, honestly, most recently, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, dude. Rick Dalton's one of my favorite
gosh.
movie characters ever.
How did I forget?
Me and Chris,
Yeah,
me and Chris both love Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth together, dude.
Yeah.
I love that was I think it's my favorite Tarantino movie. I haven't seen them all yet, but I think it still is.
It's like that one is like very close under Kill Bill Volume 1 for me. For favorite Tarantino. I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
I didn't like it at all. Anyway, moving on.
Really?
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, no.
It seems like you have a hot take
Dang,
today.
hot takes.
I have hot takes for days.
Yeah, I know Ryan
But
does. He has a lot
Jaren
of
is
unpopular
in-
opinions. I know I do, but Ryan definitely does.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like my thing, bro.
You missed
Like
it- you missed
I
it earlier.
am really opinionated.
You missed the
That's fair, yeah.
Spider-Man 2 at the bottom of the Spider-Man movies list, and that's just
Did you say that?
No. Amazing Spider-Man.
no. You said Spider-Man 2 is
But
like
Spider-Man 2, you said was
No,
down.
amazing Spider-Man Part Deuce.
It is.
But then right before that is Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not
don't-
okay by me.
Don't get that. That would be that. Jaren is in the chat though. I need to say hi to my
Jaren!
boy.
What's
Well,
up, Jared?
Jaren's gonna try to get on here next week, so we should be meeting him then. So that's
Happy birthday. It's your birthday, right, Jared?
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
I thought it was.
Oh, shoot,
I thought
it
it was
is.
yesterday for some reason.
Jaren's 17. Happy 17th birthday, bro.
17.
Freaking hey,
Big
you can drink
1-7.
now, right? You can
No,
drink.
he can
No?
legally go to.
I don't know.
an R-rated movie.
Mormons don't
Yeah.
know that stuff,
He
so
can,
I
he
don't
can
know.
drink whenever he wants. It's just not legal yet.
Yeah.
To the unmarked ban outside listening in, he did not mean that.
He did.
He can, however, legally go to an R-rated movie now. So that's true.
Right.
He can. He doesn't have to sneak in anymore, like he was telling me. He doesn't have to go through the vents anymore. So, favorite movie trailer of all time.
Okay, not of all time, but that new Greyhound trailer freaking killed it for me. I don't know if anyone's seen that Greyhound trailer of Tom Hanks on the warship fighting the U-boat, the Nazi submarine U-boats. That was dope.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it because I don't want to see anything. I just want to go in blind. That's
I'm
why.
excited.
Okay.
for that. I really
Yeah,
am.
me too. But I really don't think that the trailer is going to be the same. Like, I don't think the movie's going to be the same as the trailer. I think the trailer was way too intense, and they're just overcompensating. They're like, hey, this movie's it's a little bit boring, but like,
Yeah.
the trailer's gonna be. I hope it's not, but I think it looks good. That's like my new favorite trailer. But like, best trailer of all time, friggin'. I don't know how you can beat any of the Endgame trailer, like any of the 97 Endgame trailers that came out.
I can.
I can beat that right now.
Oh, you know what?
Second
I
Infinity
will
War
talk
trailer. Second Infinity War trailer. The one where Cap.
The one where the E-Bombay Infinity War trailer, he goes E-Bombay, and it changes the scenes. That's one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my freaking life, dude. That gets me.
It's a really good one.
The one
It's
where
gotten-
Cap holds back Thanos. That's the one that makes me lose it. Every
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
It's good.
Every time
And that running scene that never made the movie.
with Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was all.
That's a good one. I just really liked the whole sentimental thing where they looked back on all the years of the MCU for the end. That's just like my thing. That inspired the Phantom Initiative Part Deuce because that was just so cool.
There needs to be a
there-
hashtag, Deuce.
There is a there is a really awesome trailer that I never heard anything about the movie before. I couldn't even tell you anything about the movie, who it was made by. I watched the trailer and I had to watch the movie. It's called American Animals, It was
if
you're a filmmaker, you will love that trailer. That trailer was freaking candy. It was awesome. And that movie just so happens to be one of my all-time favorite movies and is now one of my all-time favorite directors because he made the documentary Imposter. Oh my gosh, that movie's freaking amazing. Go watch American Animals. It's really freaking good.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I did not like American Animals at all.
That's fine. You can disagree with me, but you'd be wrong.
Completely different.
I know that was like he hyped it up so much, and then Trevor just tore it down.
That's fine. It's really good. What did you not like about it?
I do not like that movie. It was too completely.
It's not that it was made. I didn't like the way they told the story, and that to me it was I could not get behind it. And like you might be able to know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give away spoilers. It's a discussion for another time. You
mean the documentary part of it, right?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Sometimes it works in movies, and sometimes it doesn't. And this one for me, it just didn't. And if I give it a rewatch, my thoughts might be different. But for me, I was kind of like it really turned me off for sure.
That I can totally get. That's why I asked, because it's definitely acquired taste. For me, like it was just like awesome. It was like really cool because it's different, and I like different things in movies. Mm-hmm. Like you see the same thing over and over so many times with movies that are like that are like heist movies, but like this one took a whole different take on it because it's like pseudo documentary and pseudo like action heist. It's really cool. So like if you guys are into that, or if you want to see something different, go and check that one out, or listen to Trevor and don't take my side ever.
American Animals.
AJ,
I think it came out in like 2017.
18.
Okay. Yeah, I
remember.
remember.
Watch list, bro.
AJ, what about you? What's your favorite?
Inception trailer really gets me going. I love the Inception trailer. Suicide Squad trailer was
fantastic
amazing.
Trailer. Fantastic trailer.
That was a good one.
We'll stop the discussion. That's it. Then we can cut the rest.
I did
the fantastic trailer.
Suicide Squad. Yeah. So I guess I'd say.
Fun fact: never seen that movie.
Never watch it, please.
Squad. You don't really. I mean, okay. Chris hates this movie so much. That's like his
with
least
a burning
favorite
passion.
Yeah. It's his least favorite movie of all time. I didn't hate it. It's kind of like how you guys feel about Thor: The Dark World. Like the most of the world hates that movie. You guys didn't think it was so bad.
Yeah,
I like that movie a lot, actually. So.
Oh wow. I've never met anybody. I've never met anybody that liked that movie a lot.
If Trinity was still here, he'd back me up. I swear, me and Trinity are the only people who like that movie.
Really?
I think
yeah.
And my wife.
And recently, I don't know if you guys might have seen it on my letterbox, but I recently watched a movie that I really enjoyed, but it was like so weird. Okay, so I was watching a YouTube video, and at the end of the YouTube video, it was like an advertisement, and it was a trailer for a movie called Dark Harbor. And the only place to watch this film was on the Hooked app. I don't even know what is Hooked. Anyway, so I downloaded the app, free trial for 3 days or whatever. Watch this movie, and I loved the movie. Like I don't know. It was so weird, but I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Well, is it like one of those things that you really loved because it took you by surprise? Because I think that's why I liked American Animals so much. So maybe I'm blinded by that light. But like, there's so many movies like, oh, I did not expect that was going to be so good. So then you give it like 2 more stars than it really needs. Or is it really that good?
I honestly, I don't know how people really like it because I can't hardly find any reviews because it's only on this app. You know what I'm saying? So like, not a whole lot of people are watching. Huh?
Is it made for the app?
It's made for the app, and it looks like kind of like a low budget film, murder mystery movie. But it wasn't like so low budget that it looked like it was taped in your backyard. I mean, I don't know, like.
Is it like that Quibi thing where it's like it's specifically only for this app to only watch on this app? Like it's not like Amazon can't buy it up one day and be like, we want this now.
I don't know if no other streaming platforms will ever get a hold of it, but for now, it's only on Hooked. I don't even when I say it, I'm just like, Hooked? What? But anyway,
Dark
Harbor. Dark Harbor.
Like, I think Hooked is an app where they like tell interesting stories or like scary stories, and they show like an advertisement in half, and it goes, "Download the app to find out the rest of the story."
It's like that.
It's like Shudder.
And they're like, no, I'm not even close to being home. She's like, oh my God, someone's here. Download the app. It's like, I really don't care.
And it's like the advertisement I saw as well. Like it was like a text message of like two people going back and forth, and it was like forever. It was like forever long. Like, and I'm like, I don't care about this. I just want to watch this movie.
You know how many times I've watched those advertisements? And then it leaves you on a cliffhanger, and I never download the app. I'm like, wow, that's actually. Oh, I don't care anymore. It's all good.
I don't care. Like, I don't care about these things.
I downloaded the app just to read a story, but I never actually opened the app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an app. It's an app with visual story, like it's like a video series type stories, or do you have to read stuff?
Movies. They have movies, and then they have like text messages that you can go into, and then it's very interesting, and like none of it is like on brand stuff. It's like all off brand, generic looking stuff.
Chris, what is your favorite movie trailer?
I see JK said Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I remember watching the second one, or no, the first one where the Millennium Falcon comes in at the end, like 300 times the day it came out. Mm-hmm. But I'll just do a more recent one. The Joker trailer is amazing to me. Like, I really, really love that trailer. See, the music in the background, and it shows him running. He's like, I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now it's a comedy. Like, I love that. So good.
I actually don't like that trailer. I don't know why.
Why? Why don't you like
it? I watched it and I was like, I don't know if I want to see this. Like, I want to see this, but this trailer's not doing it for me. Like, if I wasn't like into like movies, I probably wouldn't watch it, you know?
Wow. So, I feel like the trailer made some really good calls that I feel like didn't translate very well in film. Like, I felt like I'm also hot take. I don't like that movie at all. Like, in fact, like, I hate that friggin' movie so friggin' much. Like, I'm serious.
We're talking about Joker that came out last year. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, like
performance of a lifetime. Like, what? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so me and Colb's Bulb's review went and saw that movie because, first off, he's a freaking awesome guy, and I had a great time, and like, I was so scared because like I freaking love that guy, and it was the first time we ever hung out, and he was liking it so much, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I am so not digging this, and like we went back to film a video, and I was just like, yeah, it's so good, and then in between takes, we're just like, there's so many things that I didn't like about it though. I'm like, right, and then we just sat and talked about how many times we didn't like the idea of revealing. Oh my gosh, like it's a filmmaker's nightmare. The idea of revealing something to an audience, telling them that this is true, but then not showing everything else was extremely patronizing to me. The coolest part about that movie is that the whole time I had to figure out if I was the crazy one or he was. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, well, guess what? This is what's really real. I was like, well, yeah, duh. I already know that. But because they showed us that made us think that, well, does that mean that everything else wasn't, or that it was? Like, it was, not only was it patronizing, but I feel like it catered to a dumber audience. I'm sorry, that doesn't come across very well. But I'm not calling all of the people who like the movie. I'm not saying that whoever likes the movie is dumb, but I feel like because Joker is so mainstream, I feel like the studio felt like you need to dumb this down because now the whole population of the world is going to be watching this movie rather than like people who are competent like us who can watch the movie and like, no, like them telling us what was real really killed the movie for me. Like it was like cardinal sin. Like, don't show me that she didn't know who he was. Of course she didn't know who he was. That was stupid. Not only was it stupid, but now you have to explain yourself for all the other stuff. And I really hate the Wayne. I really hate that they brought in Wayne. I hate that they brought in Bruce. I really hated seeing the origin at the end. It was dumb. I hated that. I felt like that was Todd Phillips. It was not his decision. I feel like that was Warner Brothers saying, you have to do this because superheroes are in right now, and do it. And then and could you imagine taking that all out, not even revealing anything to us, and then him like just have the movie end with him in an insane asylum acting like he's telling a story? That would have been better. It would not only would have been better, but that's what I feel like was going to happen. And then the studio came in and said, change all of this now. I hate that movie.
I have to respectfully disagree with a key point. I understand the whole Zazie Beetz character story, like that reveal, how it can be a little on the hitting the nail directly on the head. But I love the ending of that movie when he's like, when she's like, "What's so funny?" He's like, "It's a joke. You wouldn't get it." It makes you feel like it's left up to interpretation. There is some ambiguity there. Sorry, for the audience to decide like what actually happened. I love that part of the movie personally.
So do I. That's what I'm saying. I
movie.
love that part. That's the point. The whole thing is that they left it to your interpretation,
Right.
except for the parts where they felt like they had to hold your hand. So did he really get punched in the face by Thomas Wayne? No, because they didn't hold our hand the whole time. Because only the things because film is funny, and you learn this in class. Like only the things that will exist to an audience unless you show them, unless you completely keep it a mystery. Because then it is completely ambiguous. Once you show them one thing, that is gospel to an audience. And for them to show us Zazie Beetz, but then not show us anything else, it's like, well, then all of that stuff was real and it doesn't make sense. And it's stupid because you had to include Batman just because you wanted more money. I hate that. I hate it. I feel like, and not only that, I feel like Todd Phillips had like an identity crisis in the whole thing and wanted to be Martin Scorsese the whole time. A filmmaker who I don't like either.
Thank you.
Mic drop, mother effer.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You're
I
ripping
literally
this thing to
like everything
shreds,
you said. All good.
man. Trevor.
I think Scorsese.
Oh
I
my
disagree.
gosh.
Hard
I've
on the
never ever witnessed that before in my life.
The only thing I agree with about what you just said is that you don't like Martin Scorsese.
Oh, man.
That's the only thing I agree with.
There you
Yeah,
go.
other than
I think
that,
he's
Ryan,
highly
like,
overrated.
I like you a lot, dude. We're homies, but like, man, dude, that was a crazy rant, and I got
That was crazy.
Can I make a
It
point
was
on Joker
painful
real
to
quick?
listen to a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, Chris, please.
I absolutely love how at the end it's kind of like the rest of Bruce Wayne's life. It could be a direct result of the Joker, and like I love the fact that they included all of that. So like it's just so crazy that we're on such opposite ends. I mean,
About
Yeah.
the same
we're
thing.
all. I mean, it's crazy because I thought that was one of the best parts of the movie. I loved that how he
Yeah.
caused all this chaos, and then it's a direct result. It's going to affect Bruce Wayne for the rest of his life, and that was one of my favorite parts actually. So that's crazy.
I think it's cool in a comic book. I kind of have AJ's like I kind of have his thoughts on Spider-Man when it comes to this. It's almost like because it's true. You can't have Joker without Batman, but then you do a Joker movie, and the idea is to not have Batman in it. Then do that. In my opinion, I actually think that movie would have been so much better if none of the intellectual properties were attached to it. Get DC out of there and tell us a really good story about mental health. But you didn't because there's no money in that. You had to find a way. It's almost like Todd Phillips wrote a movie for mental health, and then Warner Brothers like slap a really good name on there and put a really good IP on it. And that's what they did. They found Joker. They found the next best thing because honestly, Joker has always been best as a mystery. And I hated the comic books that came out and actually showed who he was because, and that's another thing about Wolverine. That's a huge reason why a lot of people hated the Wolverine movie is because Wolverine is better as a mystery. There's a lot of problems with that movie though, but I'm just saying.
We're about to get into a whole nother rant after this. with Wolverine.
Because I like that movie.
Got you. Wow.
That was
I'm
something.
not gonna lie, Ryan. I feel the mood.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah, apparently I did.
I'll be honest. This is gonna be a hot take, but there's only like 3 good X-Men movies that exist. I think. Like the rest are just like.
What are y'all doing on this?
To me, this
freaking
is
chat
Deadpool.
today. Deadpool
we won't count. I like both the Deadpool movies, but with X-Men names, I'd say X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, and I guess
Origins.
X-Men 2 but I haven't seen it in so long. I can't say that confidently. Like I just because I haven't seen it in so long, I can't fairly criticize the movie. But the only 2 X-Men movies that I really enjoy are First Class and Days of Future Past. Like,
so are you not counting Logan because of it's not an X-Men?
Sorry, Logan.
Okay.
So I'll go Logan and those are 3. But X2, I've there's a lot of hype for it. I probably need to rewatch it. But like X-Men, the first X-Men movie is not that good to me. They're like the very first X-Men movie.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I agree.
Whatever
I agree.
And then X-Men 3 is like it's meh at best. And then Apocalypse I liked originally. I don't like it anymore. I never saw Dark Phoenix, but like the Wolverine, I think that movie is like I saw it in theaters and I was like, this is okay. Like I just didn't like it. And Origins Wolverine is dumpster fire. Sorry, Trevor.
Trevor.
I really like that movie.
Wolverine Origins. You like that movie?
Yeah, I do.
The best part about that
Ryan,
movie is the fact that it led the way for the Deadpool 2 after credit scene where Deadpool just gets to shoot the Deadpool in the head a lot. That's the best part.
Ryan, you need to talk to Simply Cinema because he really likes that movie too. You need to talk to Simply Cinema.
There's a lot of us out there. I know.
So do I. Yeah, I love that. I love it.
Besides, I just had to get in my good graces with Trevor again. That's it. I am not gonna say my opinion on that movie. I just want to be friends with Trevor again.
Dang, I gotta go.
Are you being serious?
I like Origins.
No.
AJ, here you go. The brother bond between Lee Strieber and Hugh Jackman, dude. Like that to me is like the movie's not that good. I understand, but it's like a guilty pleasure. Like if you toss it on, I'm gonna kind of go, oh shoot, I'm gonna watch it. Like you kind of get like an X-Men Avengers team up movie, you know, like and the banter between that special agent guy. A lot of things in this movie I enjoyed, and you can just STFU real fast. The foo over there, big guy.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
AJ, you have thoughts?
I'm not gonna get into it too much. Because we're being a dead horse on this one. But yeah, Wolverine Origins or X-Men Origins Wolverine was not good. I'm sorry, Trevor. And then Dark Phoenix wasn't terrible. And I actually enjoyed Dark Phoenix. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people said that it was a terrible send-off to the franchise. And it wasn't the best send-off to the franchise, but I did enjoy it. I don't know when we're ever going to get New Mutants. I think we really need to chill on X-Men. They need to just drop it on a streaming service, man. Because
Hulu. I agree.
Hulu, like Netflix, like any of those, like just
Disney Plus. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's like. I think it's too dark to drop on Disney Plus, but I don't know like exactly what it's rated.
I can get it if anything because it's Disney property now. You
know? Hulu. That's true. Where all their big boy stuff is going to be going.
Hulu would probably pick it up, but yeah, like come on,
kind of
like I don't even really want to see it that bad. I'm just like, just drop it.
Like, I didn't even see Dark Phoenix. I don't even think I saw The Wolverine. If that's what it's called. Because I agree with Chris. I feel like there's only like a couple good movies.
Yeah.
Because X-Men 3, honestly, is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Like I really think it's so bad. I think
The Last Stand, bro.
I think The Last Stand is honestly that title pretty much sums up the whole X-Men franchise. Is that it's just never gonna go away. Like it's just it's just never gonna go away. And that's kind of that's how I feel about the freaking Pirates of the Caribbean news that just came out with Margot Robbie. It's just like, dude, like why do you gotta make kind of like all these franchises? Like why do you gotta make a Pirates of the Caribbean movie? Just make a new Pirates movie. Just like make a pirate movie and it just so happens to have freaking Margot Robbie in
I don't
there.
understand why they're rebooting it. Like, connect it. Just it's okay if you connect it.
Or make a freaking new movie. Like, why does everything need to be connected? Like there's only
it's money in that. It's money in that.
I know,
That's
but
why.
like, how many of those have really sucked? How many of them have actually hit? MCU
3 for me.
and like DCEU. Like, get out of there. Get out of here with that. Seriously. Like, there's a lot of fanboys in here. Me, one of them. But I know that majority of those movies suck bad. And so that you can't count as something that works. The Dark Universe, the DC, any of the DC stuff that was connected. But like the Dark Universe, something that I was super stoked on. Like, I was so excited when The Mummy was coming out and they were going to announce Wolfman and all of that stuff. They dropped that like it was hot so fast, which is such a bummer because I really, really wanted to see that. What other franchises have actually done really well connecting? You can't even say Star Wars anymore because of how divisive that is.
Yeah, they were trying to do. They're trying to do King Kong and
the MonsterVerse.
MonsterVerse
movies are not very good.
It's not working.
I don't like them, but
honestly,
I can say that those are a success because of how much money they're making. Rather than losing, they're not losing any of that money.
But are they good movies? Will they be good movies? That's the question.
I just don't like monster stuff. I don't like, so it's not my thing. So I feel like I'm biased.
King of the Monsters is supposed to be like a Godzilla like showdown. I'm not lying. One of the most boring movies I've seen. For a movie, it's like King of the Monsters.
Exactly.
Dude, it's boring. I saw it in theaters.
I love
I'm
that
not lying.
movie.
I was like, see it in theaters. Nope,
I loved it.
Did you?
Saw it in 3D. Saw it in 3D. I was really impressed. I did not expect to like that movie. I was like, Godzilla. I did not like the first Godzilla, the Bryan Cranston Godzilla.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand that movie. And so going into this, I was like, this is not going to be any good. But it exceeded my expectations.
So I like the 2014 Godzilla. I think it's definitely a slower movie for sure, but I enjoy it. So I was like, I'm not lying. I was like the most hyped for a movie since Endgame to see King of the Monsters. Like I was like jumping, like all day. I was at work and I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing King of the Monsters tonight. My brother literally said that movie's gonna be ass. I was like, nah, you didn't know. I came home. I was like, that movie was so bad.
So Trevor, you recently did a video on like all the franchises and like you ranked all of them, right?
Yeah, with Chris.
Yeah. I watched that. You guys keep me super sane during work because I can just listen to it. But like, out of all of those franchises, how many of those franchises had only one movie that made you just like wish you never saw?
That's a good question.
Because for me, it's only one. Like Lord of the Rings. And that's divisive in itself because a lot of people hate the Hobbit movies. I really enjoyed them. And so like there isn't like Die Hard, one of the greatest franchises ever, action franchises ever. Killed it with the what is it, the fifth one?
Yeah, good.
Because one of you have not seen the fourth one, and I really, really liked the fourth one.
Me,
and yes, it is the one with the helicopter that flies into the cop car flying into the helicopter. It is so good. I really liked it. It's ridiculous, but it's great. It didn't make me like, oh, this makes me not want to be a Die Hard fan anymore. How many movies are there of that in Pirates of the Caribbean or freaking Star Wars or freaking Terminator? You know, like just stop. Just stop making franchise movies. That's how I feel.
I can agree a lot of times. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, me and Chris both love the original Pirates trilogy. One of my favorite trilogies of all time. The at Black Pearl, Chest,
that's awesome.
At World's End, all fantastic. But then you go after that, like you said, it's like, but you keep making money. Like the pirate movies after made, I think, $1 billion. Like Dead Men Tell No Tales and all those. So like at a point you're coming like the movie's not gonna be that good, but we're about to make stacks. And Disney, I don't know if anyone goes to Disneyland or Disney World, you're gonna go broke while you're there. Disney's about their money.
Universal too.
They made Dumbo, and Dumbo was awful, and they still made money. Like,
well, yeah, you know whose fault that is? It's not Disney's fault. It's our fault for going to see those movies. I have a video on that. I have a video saying that we are the problem, and I stand by that. Like if you go to a movie, and I feel like YouTubers, and I'm talking about myself even, YouTubers are a huge problem because they have to go and see the movie. No, you don't. If you think it's going to be bad, don't go and see it because you are just fueling the fire for more stuff. You're fueling the fire for more movies like friggin' Eurovision, which looks great, but I'm not going to see it for a very long time.
But my thing is, I'm not going to like watch this movie, like maybe even support it. It's like I love going to the theater, like Thursday night. And if there's not a movie I want to see, like January, February, all those crap horror movies, I didn't go see them. I was like, heck no. But generally, every week there's at least one movie I have interest in because I'm following them. I'm a movie buff. I love doing it. Going to the movie theater is my favorite thing in the freaking world. So that's what I go do. I'm like, this movie's probably gonna be ass, but I'm gonna get my popcorn. I'm gonna get my cherry and blueberry blended little icy, and I'm gonna go have some kick-ass time. That's my favorite thing to do in the world. So of course I'm gonna see whatever I can.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, I'm the same way with that.
If a movie gets like trashed, I'm not gonna go waste my money watching it. Like I haven't seen any of the new, even if they get like fine reviews. If I have no interest in it, I'm not seeing it. I haven't seen Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, or King of the Monsters. I just don't have an interest in it, so I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't watch Artemis Fowl. I knew it was like I'm not going to waste an hour and a half. I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah, my time is super limited as is. So I guess I have a question for you then, Chris. Do you look at reviews first and then you go and see movies, or do you just do whatever you want?
No, I just like at the beginning of the year, I'll go to the IMDb and I'll like see what's coming out and I'll add everything to a watch list. And then like I'll have a few that I'm moderate on, but for the most part, if I'm being completely honest, I'll see the new MCU movies, new Star Wars movies. I won't even see all the DC movies. I didn't see Birds of Prey, Shazam, or Aquaman. And then of course, like a new Nolan, Tarantino, Villeneuve, people like that, like David Fincher, I'll see their movies, but I'm pretty picky. I'm pretty picky about what I see in theaters.
I feel like you and I disagree about a lot of things except for that one.
That sounds fair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about your go-to theater snacks? What do you guys say for that? That's from Jaren.
The best combo for me is getting a popcorn when it's hot and taking Reese's Pieces and putting it in the popcorn so that they get melted on the inside.
Dope.
Or do that with M&Ms. That's good too.
That's nice.
That's like a whiplash thing right there.
Yeah. The Raisinets and Whiplash. He's like, you didn't want the...
Yeah. That's like a big reveal to his dad.
Yeah.
I found a new one. Like I'm a huge kettle corn guy.
That stuff's good.
Yes. But I freaking love the nachos that my local theater has here. They're freaking awesome. They're great. So,
I always hate theater nachos. What
That's
theater
what I thought. Come over here, dude.
Are like,
come move over here, bro. Utah's chill.
Okay.
I love it.
I like. This is something that's kind of weird. I put jalapenos on my popcorn, like actual jalapeno slices that they put on the the theater nachos. Okay, forget the nachos. I don't want that. Give me the jalapenos so I can put it on my popcorn. The juice and stuff on the popcorn. I love that.
That's different. But, I gotta say, that's a different
I'm too white for that, dude. That's too spicy.
What I usually do though, I usually get like milk duds and popcorn and soda. Just typical stuff, you know.
But if I'm being honest, like I don't get a snack every time I go. It's kind of like a special occasion. I just usually go to watch a movie. So
me either.
No, I am so the same way unless it's my local theater because I know that they like. I'm not gonna say they struggle, but like I like helping them out, and I know that they're like 3 movies away from like shutting down. Sometimes I'm just here to help you stay open because like they put in new seating, and honestly, they're the greatest seats I've ever sat on ever in my whole life, and in a theater, I should say. And I was just like, man, this must have been really expensive. We need to start buying snacks and everything. That's like where my mind goes. So I never get treats or anything. I usually sneak in my own food. Like one time I snuck in Panda. Like that was good. That was a good time.
Dude, I snuck in Warhorse. I snuck in a whole wings combo with fries into a movie one time, and it was a nice theater. I had it under my jacket. I like ate with their forks and everything. Savage of me when I did it.
I worked at a movie theater, and someone like brought a bucket of KFC. I'm like, ma'am, you can't have that in here. Like, you have to go.
So what do you do? Do you chuck it or do you kick them out?
whatever they want to do with it, they just can't be in there with it. So like I have to go up to them like, we can't allow you to have that in here, you know. But like people always bring in snacks and stuff like, you know, whatever from the store, whatever. Okay, that's I don't really care about. If you have a bucket of chicken, that's a problem. That's a problem.
The biggest thing I snuck in was I put it in my girlfriend's purse. It was well, it's for 4 of us. It was In-N-Out, and it was 4 drinks in a carrier. You guys don't have In-N-Out where you guys are. That's a hard one to sneak in. In-N-Out, all the burgers, the drinks. It's like you're like holding the purse, like, oh, what are you doing? I got nothing here. You're just like a total dummy. But that was the biggest thing I snuck in. That was hard.
One time I had
Utah has In-N-Out, by the way.
What?
I'm just laughing. There was a lag
what did you say, Chris? What did you say, Chris?
I said I took a Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit. I took like 2 of them, and it was like the middle of June. And I had a hoodie on, and I put them in the hood to sneak them in. And I took the hoodie off when I got it.
Awesome. Y'all are creative.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I haven't snuck anything like that. I just get like plastic popcorn, and then I take my straw, and then I put it in the middle of the bucket, and then I have the butter just pour down into the very bottom,
so it can get in the middle of it, because you don't want it just on top, because you get the top. Right, exactly, and you need to go back out to get more butter.
You wanted to seep into the bottom.
Exactly.
One time I actually ruined a pair of khaki shorts because I had a bucket of popcorn and we added butter. It was Thor. I remember it vividly. Thor, the first one, and my shorts were like stained. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I got home and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's from the popcorn." And I think the shirt was ruined too. So that was a fun day.
Oh.
Now I always get like 30 napkins, and I put like a layer of them under if I have the popcorn in my lap. I always put it in between the chair.
I always get a bunch of napkins.
Yeah, have to.
Chris and Trevor, I meant to bring this up. Oh, okay. You got more questions?
No, you can go.
You got more questions? Okay. I meant to bring this up earlier, but I got a bone to pick with you two.
Okay.
I was in the chat the other day when you guys were doing the live stream.
Yeah.
And y'all were clowning me on Batman versus Iron Man.
We said Iron Man, right? We said Iron Man.
I feel like you've been holding on to this for a while.
I know. Are you sleeping okay, dude?
I've been thinking about this. I'm not crazy. Batman took on the Man of Steel.
Kryptonite.
He took on the Man of Steel.
Kryptonite, exactly.
That's not
Tony
that
Stark doesn't have
far
kryptonite,
off.
dog.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not that far off from Iron Man.
But
Like,
Batman's superpower, as Batfleck said to the Flash, I'm rich. Tony Stark's richer. Batman's good looking. Tony Stark's better looking. Batman's badass. Tony Stark's way more badass. Tony Stark fought Thanos and like made him bleed and like took the full force of a freaking Power Stone. And if you throw kryptonite at Tony Stark, he ain't gonna cry like a little girl, bruh. All I'm trying to say is Tony Stark can pick up Batman to the top of the earth just like Superman, but they made you hate Superman too, AJ. It's like your least favorite character.
I don't like Superman. No.
I know.
Me either.
Kryptonite.
Freaking A.
But you got to think like Tony Stark doesn't have a kryptonite. He don't. What are you gonna grab? Pepper Potts?
He has weaknesses though. He does have weaknesses.
He fought Thanos, dog. He fought Captain America and the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier would beat up Batman. Freaking Black Widow would beat up Batman. I would beat up Batman, bro.
What? You wildin', man. You wildin'. Anyway.
No, I'm just
Have you just had that chip on your shoulder these past couple of days?
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I'm not crazy. Like,
you might be actually.
I mean, we all are a little bit.
Yes.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah. We had some questions from Max Talks Movies, who said, what do you like about the Amazing Spider-Man movies? I'm pretty sure that's directed exactly at me, because
that's directed at you, certainly.
You guys
I would like to hear that.
Me too.
Okay, well, I won't go too long. I really like those movies, man. They're fun. The first one, I think, is like one of the most underappreciated comic book movies. That one gets a little too much hate. The second one, I can see that it's not a good movie, but I have so much fun with it. It's funny. It's It's funny. It's colorful. I guess the villain isn't great, but like, I don't know. They just really work for me, man. As a huge Spider-Man fan, that's what I want. That's my definitive Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is not my favorite, but that's who I envision, basically. Like, every time I think of Spider-Man, that's what I want my Spider-Man to be like. He's not the best Peter Parker, actually he is the best Spider-Man, but he's not the best Peter Parker. But it's a good combo to have, and Andrew Garfield, obviously, the acting is all really good.
You think Garfield is the best Spider-Man? That's what you just said.
I think he's the best.
Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
Spider-Man. He said he's not the best Peter Parker, but he is the best Spider-Man.
He's the best. Tobey Maguire's the best combo. Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man.
I have a bone to pick with you, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to know why you don't like Tom Holland so much, because I love him.
I love him. I don't dislike Tom Holland. I mind his movies. I'm fine with Tom Holland. I really like him.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I just need to clear that up. I thought you didn't like him for some reason.
No, so. I really like him. He's great. He's just his movies aren't my Spider-Man movies.
That's fair.
I'll say I used to like him. I don't like the direction that they're continually going with him, though. I think he started out strong. Yeah, I think Holland started out strong, but is like, I don't feel like he's growing into the Peter Parker that we all know that he can be. I feel like he's still just a little baby. You know what I mean? Like, even though he's gone through so much, I feel like he hasn't crossed over for me yet. Like, he doesn't hold that tone yet for me.
Yeah. They're like questionable story. They're questionable story arcs with the MCU Spider-Man. Definitely with the glasses in Far From Home where he almost killed his classmate, like all that. It's just very questionable, and like just the direction that they took.
Don't like
with, I'm not a huge fan of Far From Home. Not even Homecoming, but yeah, like I just think it's kind of weird the way that they're doing it. Even with the Uncle Ben stuff, like not really mentioning Uncle Ben, like the whole thing is just kind of odd.
The thing I don't understand is that Homecoming was all about him, like saying like he was all like he wanted to be like Iron Man, and Iron Man was like, I want you to be better. And so he's like, by the end, he does become Spider-Man. But then I don't understand why he has to go through that same arc pretty much again.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was. Yeah.
Like, you can have him grow, and you did have him grow in Homecoming, but you can't have him grow the same way again. Like, you can't just reach that same point and just like, you can't like go from here to here and then go back to here to have him get back to this point. That's what I don't understand. So,
but I feel like the question is, why don't you like Tom Holland? It's not the movies. Like, we get the fact that we have some issues with movies, but I feel like Tom Holland, for me, he still acts like a little kid, which sure he is, but I feel like he's acting a little bit more of a littler kid than he needs to. He's
Disney Channel Spider-Man. He's the Disney Channel Spider-Man.
He's Peter Starker. That's such a good point, because Trinity from Second Street Marvel saying that he's, I would imagine, is too much like Iron Man or living in the shadow of that. I hate that, but like, he's still acting more like a kid than I feel like what he's gone through. Like, they're putting his character in situations where he can be bigger, but I feel like he's still acting. His acting skills is still acting like he's such an adolescent still.
I think that's what they gave him, though. I feel like that's what they gave him. I think that's what they gave him. That's what they want. That's what they want for him.
That's why I'm not.
It's a bit problematic, but
that's why I'm not disliking Tom Holland, because it's not his fault. He's just doing what he's told to do.
That's what he's.
I don't know, because like, that's not always how it works in Hollywood. It could be. Like, I don't have enough information, but like, he kind of acts like himself. Like, when you see him like behind the scenes, when you see him on talk shows, I was like, you kind of act like the same. Like, it's almost like you're being yourself, which is fine. I'm saying that I don't know if I'm down with it. Like, as Peter Parker, like, I haven't really seen, like, what other movies is he friggin' in? I don't think I've ever seen him in any other movies, honestly.
He's in a couple others, but like, he's in Uncharted, the movie that's been production hell, and also he's in a movie by the Russo brothers coming out later this year called Cherry, if it comes out. and the Roaster Brothers are saying his performance is Oscar worthy. He's not the cute little Tom Holland, He's like
that'd be interesting.
That'd definitely be interesting.
Maybe someone in the chat knows of movies before his Spider-Man days.
He was in a Chris Hemsworth movie.
Lost City of Z.
Oh, that's right. That's the whole reason why he got that job. That's right. He's in The Heart of the Sea. And Chris Hemsworth recommended him for that. So I'd be interested in watching that actually now, because he's British.
Onward. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he acts the same. He acts the same as he did in basically.
Yeah. I think you guys are being hard on him. He's one of like the most popular actors right now, and like, why change what he's doing?
He's good.
No. I'm not saying he should change.
So
I'm not saying he should change.
Worse. Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I love Tom Holland. I'll defend Tom Holland too.
No slander in this chat. No slander.
I feel like I'm getting lost in translation. I don't hate him. I'm just curious to see if he does have range. I'm not saying he should fix it. There's a lot of people who don't have range, like Jeff Goldblum, for example. That guy should never act like anything else, because did you hear he's going to be Hades in Hercules? That's going to be.
I didn't hear that.
So awesome. Anyway,
he's what?
Interesting. Hades.
He's going to be Hades in Hercules.
He's what?
Well, there's like there's like this Hercules guy we need to do something about. He stutters so much.
You're not down with that?
That would be. Oh, no,
it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
Trevor
is not down with that.
Dude, Jeff Goldblum to me was Malcolm in the Jurassic Park movies. Like him in Thor Ragnarok, I'm not gonna lie, not the big fan of. I think it's kind of stupid. So like Hades is one of my favorite Disney villains. I love Hades. He might be able to do something cool with it, but like he's got a big shoe to fill for me, dude. The original Hercules, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. So he's got big.
You want James Woods to make a comeback and play himself again?
No, I didn't say that.
I'm just asking you.
I was more down for a Loki as a Hades, or like maybe a Bill Hader. I like Loki because like he could play that sleek so much, and like Bill Hader's Hades is a funny villain, and Bill Hader, after seeing him in It Chapter 2 and other movies like that, I just don't know how I feel about Jeff Goldblum. Maybe
I might grow on me about that. I could see Hader doing that.
Yeah, I can too.
I have to come back to that, but I don't know. The big one's gonna be Hercules. Like if we want to talk about this, I'm so excited for it. But the big one's gonna be Hercules, because you can't have someone too old, because Hercules is technically 16. But you can't have someone too young, because there's no one that looks that good when they're that young.
So have you not seen the lineup that they have?
No, I didn't know that this came out. So
dude, go check that out, because Disney's trying a new thing. They're trying to get no names to start doing stuff. So Hercules, the new Hercules guys, is not in anything you've ever heard of, nor is Meg. But Pain and Panic, and I think this is going to be so great, is like Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, the duo in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Paul. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that would be very interesting. They have their full lineup. Danny DeVito is reprising his role as freaking what is his name? Don't know. Yes, Phil. Yes,
Phil. Yeah. So this is breaking news.
Do you have a no name playing Hercules?
No name to me. I looked him up and I didn't know anything he was in. Why? How do I know this and you don't? I feel like you know.
I didn't know that even came out. That's crazy.
I didn't hear about this.
You know when Lion King dropped, they put out the picture of everybody, and it was Beyonce and Gambino and just they did the same thing, just like over a week ago with Hercules.
Are you talking about Noah Centineo as Hercules?
Noah Centineo is Hercules?
I don't know. Has anyone else heard of that guy?
He's in
definitely. Yeah, he's in Teens.
If you're looking at it, Noah, he's actually a good young actor, and honestly, that's a good pick because he's a heartthrob. Girls love that dude. Is he fit as Hercules? No. Can he sing? Because singing "I Can Go the Distance" is big. I was thinking Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton's a great actor. He can sing, and he can devote his body to.
He's too hot right now, dude. Like, no,
I think
dude.
He's too old too.
He's like 25. He ain't that old. Tom Holland's 25 playing a high school kid, dude. So he ain't that old.
16 though? I don't know.
Dude, Taron Egerton's gonna be too expensive.
24? No, Centineo isn't that young, dude. So like, you're not gonna find someone. You have to find someone early to mid-20s to play a high schooler type character.
You know who I was thinking should play him? I don't know why I thought this, and I don't know why it should have ever crossed my brain. But the guy who plays Teen Wolf in the TV show.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The new show All American too.
No idea.
I don't think so.
Never
No,
even
he's
seen
not.
Teen Wolf.
No.
Is his name Cody Thompson?
He
No.
looks like my boy Certain. That's who he looks like.
Yeah. Tyler. Crap. Why am I spacing? I used to watch Teen Wolf. So
Tyler.
guilty
not Tyler
pleasure.
Perry. What?
Tyler. Did you say Tyler Perry?
No, I was typing in Tyler, and then Tyler Perry was.
Oh,
the
Tyler
suggestion.
Posey. Tyler
No,
Posey. Not
no,
too
Tyler.
far off from Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Tyler
yeah,
Posey
that's
is
right, that's right.
is the guy from Teen Wolf.
I don't know about that resemblance, Ryan. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't watch that show, but whatever. That's who. Like, whenever that ever
could
came
see
up, I
it.
was just like, I could see that guy playing him. That's just where it
I
came from.
don't. I don't see it. I don't see. That does not look like me at any rate. I don't
Okay,
think that looks like me.
sorry. You want to talk about the Joker again?
Yeah.
No.
That is-
Please not. Please don't.
Yeah. So this I'm looking at the picture now, but like the picture came out whenever they dropped the info, like almost a month ago. So hopefully that's correct information. But
I did not hear about this, so this is.
I didn't hear about it
new
either.
for me.
You would think you see it on your feed or something.
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
everywhere. But let's take more of Max's questions. How many times have you seen Endgame?
I've seen it once.
5 to 6, I want to say.
I think
Let me see. 3.
twice. I think I've seen it twice.
You haven't seen
6
Endgame
times
twice?
for me.
Mm-hmm. Only
6
twice.
times for me.
I think it's 6. I think as well. Yeah.
I saw it once, or I saw it both times in theaters, but that's it.
You haven't
Saw
seen
it
it
3
in
times
theater?
in theaters.
No, I did.
That's
I saw it
crazy.
both times in theaters, and that's
Wow. Wow.
I
Oh,
think you
watched it
haven't
since
seen
then.
it since theaters. Is what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since theaters. Yeah.
Dude, I watched it 4 times in theaters. I watched it 4 times at home. 8 times total. Like
I've
it's
watched the portal
I
scene.
might have watched
at
more than
home.
that, honestly.
I've watched the portal
you-
scene a bunch, but I haven't seen
It
the
is a
entire movie.
long movie though, so
That's true.
it's a long movie.
A lot of my favorite movies are all Lord of the Rings movies are pushing the 3-hour mark. So Endgame ain't
Yeah,
nothing for me
they
to
are.
get through.
Trevor, we know that you like to watch movies though, like all the time. Rewatch them.
I'm
How many
more
of
of
you
a
guys
rewatch.
have-
I'm talking to Chris about this. I'm more of a rewatch guy than a like watch new movies kind of guy.
Yeah.
I like what I like. Sometimes I don't want to get into finding something new, but
I feel that.
you know,
I feel that.
you gotta do what you gotta do
completely.
sometimes.
What about
How many of you guys have kids? Am I the only one who has kids here?
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've only seen Endgame once, and that's just because I got a kid
You're
and a
trying
wife.
to punch myself in the face.
it's just so tough, you know. But I did see Infinity War twice in theaters. I've only seen it
Whoa.
twice.
Groundbreaking.
No, it is because I really
Infinity
wanted
War,
to
like
see.
37 times.
That's why I was like, listen to Trevor's number.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Trevor's number. Well, I don't know his number. I don't even think he knows his number. It's uncountable. But I just really wanted to see everybody's reaction. So I bought 7 people's tickets. I'm like, I just want to see how you react to the very end. And it was so cool because my mom was just watching it, and she's just like, "Wait, is that it?" And my dad is just like completely frozen. He had no idea what was happening. My brother cried. I'm pretty sure my brother cried.
Yeah.
It was just really awesome. It was one of my favorite experiences. Not as cool as Endgame though. I like Endgame's experience.
Endgame was great.
Yeah.
What are
Well, I'm not
your,
saying better. I'm not. I kind of consider them one movie. I had a better time in Endgame, but I had to see other people's reactions. So I really wanted to see that again in theaters.
What are your Disney Plus recommendations?
Or just got on Disney Plus, so check that out.
Infinity War wasn't on Disney Plus,
No,
it was on
wasn't.
Netflix.
Oh, it was on Netflix forever.
but Endgame was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endgame's been on there day one, I think.
Yeah, I think
You'll
so,
find a
too,
lot
yeah.
more. You'll
No,
find
no,
a
it
lot
can-
more of that stuff too.
Really?
Yes.
I say Togo. Togo is very overlooked.
Ooh, Togo is
Still need to watch
great.
Togo. I still need to watch
Is that the sled
William
dog
Daf-
one?
Is
Yeah,
Sled
with
Dog
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe. Yep. So
Dude,
good.
Not
Fifth
lie,
favorite
like
movie of the year. 5th favorite.
yeah, one of my probably top 10, top 15 favorites of last year. It's so good. It's like a emotional
Really?
dog movie, but it's really, really good.
So good, man. I really liked it.
Yeah,
What else?
That's cool.
Chris, any Disney?
Hannah
Plus
Montana.
recommendations?
Even Stevens all day. Young Shia LaBeouf. You got to go with that.
Even Steven's
All right.
movie, like I watched
Yes.
that way
Cool.
more than I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
The,
The movie was
actual
great.
show.
Yeah,
I love the
Yeah,
movie.
I didn't watch the show, just the movie.
it's in Sacramento, so you got to watch it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it
I
takes
didn't-
place.
Yeah, it
in
is
Sacramento.
actually.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
What about
It's been so long.
When it comes to Disney Plus stuff, I only have it for my daughter, but my wife had never seen Cool Runnings before. Like, okay, she had, but she'd only seen it once, like when she was 6. And so, like, just the other day, we watched Cool Runnings because, like, I've seen that like a bazillion times growing up. So go watch Cool Run. Has everybody seen Cool Runnings in this?
No, never even heard
No,
of it.
I haven't. It's the Jamaican bobsled.
You haven't
AJ,
heard it?
are you
Jamaican
serious right now?
bobsled? I've seen it.
I'm serious.
I've never
Okay,
seen
I
it.
thought you said no.
No,
Man.
I've seen
I've never
it.
seen it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're acting like
This is
it's
gotta
crazy.
think
Your
that
wife-
This is
these-
such a good
They're
recommendation.
well,
very
I guess-
young. You got to think about that.
I
Very
know they're
young.
young, but like Cool Run, like it's a true story. It's an Olympic true story. Like it's like one of the greatest sports movies ever made. Not because it's good, but because it's like got a great story. Trevor, bro, you've never even heard of Cool Runnings,
No. I love a good sport
Dude.
movie, so maybe I'll check it out.
It's
bro?
good.
You would love that movie.
You guys,
would
I
absolutely
think
love
you
it.
guys would enjoy that movie.
Yes.
I think you guys would.
Oh man, it is so good.
I will add it to the watch list.
Disney Plus.
What
Holy
about
Chris, do you have Disney Plus?
Yeah, I do. I love
okay.
Disney. So I have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can't go wrong with like Tangled. I love Tangled. I watched it for the first time
Tangled.
this year, and I've not seen it 5 times this year. I love it so much. It's so good.
That's my
That one's-
girlfriend. I think her number one Disney movie. She loves it. It's really good.
That's like on repeat at our house for the 2-year-old.
Tangled
I
is
can't
great.
wait to
Tangled
have
is great.
kids so I can show them all the movies. I feel like guilty. I'm 21, so I'm watching these animated movies by myself. But like it's kind of
I do the
weird,
same
you
thing.
know. When I have kids one day, it'll all be worth it. It's like, yeah, my daughter wants to watch it, but I'm sitting there like, oh my god, you know?
This might be a hot
I'll
take,
decide
but Tangled is not even comparable to Frozen.
Oh,
number
bro,
one
no,
or two.
not even cool. That's not cool. That's not even cool.
Wait, you're saying which one is better?
Enter right there, certain. Have a good day,
Is he
guys. Good
saying-
to see you all.
Wait, AJ, are you saying
Tangled is-
Frozen is better or Tangled is better? Which one?
Tangled is so much better than Frozen.
Oh,
Tangled is
okay.
so
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
That
better
did
than
not come out the way I
You're
thought.
like, it's a
Yeah.
hot
You
take,
got
and I'm
that
like,
way wrong.
that's not a hot take.
Or are you just
You
telling us
said,
what we
like,
want to
Frozen-
hear?
Tangled got
Oh,
nothing
I
on
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought that most people like Frozen. The numbers that Frozen made, like I thought most people like Frozen, but Tangled is so much better. I did not even like
Significantly,
Frozen
yeah.
the first time
Yeah.
I saw it.
Don't get me messed up.
I didn't-
I
yeah.
messed with Frozen and Frozen 2
I
heavy.
do too. Not Frozen 2. Get that out of here.
No, I don't
I
like
enjoyed
too.
Frozen 2, though. I enjoyed
no,
it, but
no.
I enjoyed both
Tangled-
Frozen, but Tangled definitely got overshadowed by Frozen. You know,
Mhm, yeah.
it
I
really
guess-
did.
And Moana.
Maybe
but I
Fitzherbert
still like
maybe-
Moana, though.
I wasn't a big on
I didn't
Moana.
care for
I liked
Moana. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for
I love
Moana.
Really?
Moana.
Dang, dude. I think
like
that's
the-
better
there
than
were
both
some
of those
really-
movies combined.
Really?
Hey,
There were some really good songs in that movie, but for the most part, I did not care for it. Like
I like the music,
story,
but
the music's
rest of
really good.
Yeah.
Like there was
I
two
like it.
songs.
I like that more than any other Disney princess movie that has come out probably ever. Like it's like I think it is the best princess Disney movie in my opinion.
Really?
I feel like this Beauty and the Beast is pretty good. Little Mermaid is my favorite, but the one that I think Moana is like the best from the last 20 years, in my opinion.
I like
disagree.
Moana as a princess movie because it's not like she doesn't have like a prince coming to save her. It's like her own story. She's like the badass. She's the focal point. You know, there's no like love story in it. That's why it was different and it's unique. And I mean, her singing "How Far I'll Go," belting out those notes, dude, that gets me going. I'm like, yeah,
How far I
baby.
go,
Or the
How
Shiny
Far I'll
song
Go
by
is
Tom.
good.
Shiny.
That was awesome.
That's a great song. I love that.
Is Mulan considered a Disney princess?
Yeah,
I consider it as one.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that will probably be my favorite then.
I
think
love
Mulan's my
Mulan.
favorite.
Bro. Mulan's so good. Mushu. I'm not excited for the live action Mulan because it looks whack. It looks actually whack. Like
There's
I'm a
no
Disney.
Disney
Mushu.
is really they're really
There's no Mushu in the movie.
Who cares?
I know.
Yeah.
Mushu's one of the best side characters ever. You know.
He's
and
actually
there's no
not.
music.
There's no music either. Yeah.
Ryan, you can just.
Time out. Like
Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand.
do you not know the politics behind all that?
What?
Do you not know the politics behind all of that?
I don't. You know what, dude? I actually stick out of politics for because it's people get into politics. They get mad over something they can't control. So I like Mushu. Mushu's cool.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna change my mind. I'm gonna leave if you try to change my mind.
he said you don't want to hear it. La la la.
La 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 la. How far I'll go. Go on.
Okay, cool.
I'm listening. Sorry.
For the Chinese people, for Eddie Murphy to play the character that he did, it was like civil uproar back in 1998. It was like so bad. They were so like you see riots now. There were like riots back then. So like there was no way they were ever going to bring back Mushu. So I don't know why people are getting so mad at that. I like Mushu. I think he's great. I think he's a fun time. But like somebody put it in the same like light as like, oh, like think of your religious deity and then have Eddie Murphy play that person. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can see where you're going.
Guys, you guys know the character Ling? I'm pretty sure it goes, boy, was I fool in school for cutting Jim. That guy? Just want everyone to know this is the man who played him. So
why?
That's a white guy.
Nickelback? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He looked like
trying to say
Nickelback had too much cocaine.
Matthew Wilder. That's what it says his name is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I get why they're not doing it. Yeah, sure, it's fine. But like the live action movie doesn't have to be the same as the animated movie, or like if it was the same, like Lion King, what's the point of watching one over the other? Like I want to be able to watch those again. That's why I really like. That's why I really like Maleficent or freaking Beauty and the Beast. Even and that one's cutting it pretty close to the original. I just like the new takes, so I'm really excited for Mulan because it's also got that old style Eastern kind of martial arts,
kind
of style to it.
That part I'm excited about, but like Mulan, like with the musical numbers and stuff like that, without having any music in the film, it's just it's not gonna give me the same feeling. I know it already.
But you really like Maleficent, though, right?
I loved Maleficent, but I've never seen Sleeping Beauty. I've never seen Sleeping Beauty.
Whoa, really?
I don't count Maleficent.
Yeah.
Like it's super
really.
dated. The animation and Beauty and the Sleeping Beauty is actually freaking phenomenal. It's actually groundbreaking. So if you want to see history being made, it's like Sleeping Beauty. I wish Disney had the bigger budget to continue doing that kind of stuff, but they didn't.
I'm gonna say something that's kind of crazy, but I think Maleficent is my favorite Disney film of all time.
Of all time, I can see that.
Of all time.
I can see that with you.
Animation included.
Animation included.
I've never seen Maleficent.
Me neither.
If you haven't seen it now, and this is nothing on AJ, because I actually really like those movies. If you haven't seen it now, you probably never need to. Because they just did not do well at all in the box office. I don't think Disney's ever coming back.
The second
movie or style ever again.
I'm surprised that they even came out with a second one.
Yeah, me too.
But I did enjoy the second one, but I know it wasn't. It was not up to par with the first one.
I agree.
I already know.
I think Maleficent was dipping its toes in the live action waters, and that's why they made it so different. My wife and I were watching the original Snow White with our daughter, and my wife's like, "Why haven't they made this? There's like no live action Snow White, but they have Maleficent."
They did that.
No, they didn't, because Disney doesn't own that. It's owned by Universal. Snow White.
Snow White is you really?
It's Snow White and the Huntsman is Universal Studios.
Oh yeah, I remember those movies.
So it's like
that was terrible
anymore. I wonder if it's because Universal still owns the rights to it.
I'm gonna go back to a previous question I think I asked, but my least favorite Blu-ray that I own, Snow White and the Huntsman. Okay, go ahead.
That's actually a movie I really enjoyed. Like it's not
really. The cinematography was really good.
Yeah, I really liked that.
But
I also like was on a really hot date that day too, so like I have like great memories from that. So like really great memories.
I hope it was with your wife. Like,
no, it wasn't. We're cool.
Oh,
We're
God.
cool though. We're good. We're good.
All right, as long as you're good. But yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman. Like, what's the girl's name that plays it?
Bella
Swan, whatever.
Kristen Stewart. Yeah,
Kristen Stewart.
I was gonna say Kristen.
Oh my
Bell.
gosh. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, she was pretty bad in that.
She's bad. Period.
What about the best non-Dark Knight trilogy Batman movie?
89.
Huh? Oh.
Right? Batman 89? Is that a real question?
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
It's this one.
Oh,
okay, Lego Batman is pretty dope, actually. I really like Lego Batman.
I didn't finish it. I need to finish Lego Batman. I just picked it up not too long
Lego
ago.
Batman was really freaking hilarious. I really like that.
I love that movie. It's probably that and then 89, I think. Probably. What about where are we at? Let me just find that.
Should we talk about Michael Keaton returning so that your title to your video is actually relevant?
Yeah, definitely. We should get into that.
Sure.
For sure.
Before YouTube shuts down your algorithm and just says, these guys don't even know what they're doing. They bring on some guy who trashes on Joker for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on Michael Keaton coming back?
I feel like I've talked about this a bunch. I haven't heard anybody else's opinions though.
I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be dope. If they're looking for like a Batman Beyond live action Batman Beyond type film, I'm all for that. That's something that I really was into as a kid, watching WB, and I recorded it on my VHS. And so I love Batman Beyond. So if they're doing something like that, I'm so down.
Yeah,
what I want to know is that are they not doing Thomas Wayne in Flashpoint and then doing Michael Keaton instead, or
he could be the evil Batman. He could be evil Batman from the other timeline from Flashpoint. If you're familiar with that,
that's
okay.
Yeah.
Is that are they doing him as?
Would you like that?
Playing him?
No,
I would hate that.
I would hate that so much because I don't want that. I want them to do regular Thomas Wayne and then have him be back as actual 89 Batman. You know,
so they might do both. So
in the video that I came out with just recently, someone commented, Comic Man Jake commented about bringing in Batman Beyond, and I am not very super familiar with his character. I don't know his name. But
Terry.
He did say his name. Terry. Okay. I didn't really watch that as a kid. I watched the original Batman animated show. But I think that would be really cool. I think if Keaton played an old man type Batman, and I'm not even saying I need one full movie from him. In fact, I highly doubt we get one full movie. I bet it's going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Expendables type kind of thing. Like they're not even filming in the same room as Bruce Willis, you know? I think it's going to be very similar to that, but I think that he stands for a connection or an ushering in of something that could be really cool. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people thought that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who takes over the mantle of the Dark Knight in Dark Knight Rises at the very end, I always considered him to be like he's the Batman Beyond type character.
He got revealed as Robin, right?
Yeah, he did. But Nightwing. But like, I don't know. Like, if it's not coming from the actual writers, like, I'm not like, I don't care. That can be speculation. But I feel like us as an audience would like to see somebody take up the mantle because, and I'm not saying it has to be the same guy, but I think like us as fans would be super open to like, Batman's too old. Let's have a new one come in and take over. I think that would be really cool for Keaton to be like an old man.
And that's
Batman.
the whole premise. That's the whole premise of Batman Beyond.
Of Batman Beyond. Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that would be way cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. But the thing about Batman Beyond, if Michael Keaton does play Batman in a live action Batman Beyond, we wouldn't get to see him in action very much if it's staying true to the cartoon, because he's kind of like in the background. He's not like really. He's like trains up Terry, the new Batman.
He's like injured too. That's like the whole.
Yeah, he's
idea
injured.
Of Dark Knight.
And he's
Dark Knight Rises kind of pulled from that was the fact that he was really injured and couldn't do anything.
Exactly. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in. I thought I saw something about Jeffrey Dean Morgan being the evil Batman in Flashpoint. Is that something that's not happening or talked about or what?
That was like older news, right? I wonder if that's been phased out.
I think I saw that like last week actually.
It came up a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was like last week when that was talked about.
I must be thinking of someone else, but yeah, I'd be down with that.
Yeah, me too. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. His persona on The Walking Dead. I don't know if you guys even know anything about that.
Negan.
Bro.
Yeah, Negan, like yeah, like that. Oh my god.
He revived the show for sure.
He did. Even though like nobody watches it anymore really, but I do. But still like I think that was like I've never really seen that type of villain on anything, like any type of TV show or anything like that. So like see that like
when he
that
did
reign.
Glenn in The Walking Dead, like that was like
yeah, it was so shocking and like okay, this dude can really like he can really be, you know,
he can act.
He can act.
I actually think that I think he deserves being in some sort of superhero universe. Like because he is the comedian in Watchmen, but like as you know, like spoiler alert, I don't know. Like you learn that in the very beginning, but he's dead throughout the whole movie. Like that's the whole point and premise of the Watchmen movie and comic book. But like I feel like he would be a really good, I don't know who he should be, but I feel like he deserves a spot somewhere in either DC or the MCU. He's just really that good. You
think he would be better fitted for MCU or because DC has taken a swan dive?
I feel well, like I'm just so like butthurt about DC and just like the decisions they make over there. So like even though I feel like he would be a really good fit for the DC darker type of universe, I feel like he'd do well, but like I would like to see him do well, so I'd like to hitch his star to something that's working.
I feel like if he is in a Marvel film, he would probably be a villain of some sort.
But he can play a really good guy though. Like him, like the dad in Supernatural. So great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, he's really awesome. Good in that. And don't get me started on Supernatural. I love it.
I know.
I could talk about. I could talk.
It's a good time
all day. Yeah, but.
I hate to be this guy, though. But I have to hop off. Like I have been here for like 2 hours longer than I needed to be. So
yeah, we were gonna end in a little bit.
Yeah,
I have dinner. I also have to get dinner with my family.
I personally have to like hop off now. So like this has been fun. I really appreciate it, but I gotta hop.
Yeah. All right,
cool.
By the way, Chris, it's nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, man. Good to meet you. Finally.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. We will get to some of the other questions in like another stream, but no more live chats. Real quick before we go, where can everybody find you guys? On YouTube, on Instagram?
You can find me, Chris, YouTube, Filmstocked, Instagram, @Filmstocked, as well as Letterboxd, @Filmstocked. My name, Chris, will pop up, and Twitter, @ChrisBowie15.
All right. AJ?
AJ Reacts 2 for all of my social media, Letterboxd, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on all of that stuff.
All right. And Trevor?
AJ Reacts 2.
YouTube would be Film Geeks, and Instagram would be Trevor Sandro, and Twitter, I don't really use my Twitter that much. I use it to retweet things, but it's Trev Sandro 1. And my email is this. My social security is this. And we're all good.
Yeah. All those links are in the description box, by the way, for those of you wondering. Any new videos
All right.
coming up?
Peace, boys.
Anybody? Yeah, sure. No, if you want to go. Do you want to go?
No, I thought it was it.
Any new video coming up? That's what I was going to ask.
End of the month. I'm getting away from Blu-ray hauls, and I used to do this before. I used to rank every movie I saw in the month, and June had a bunch of new releases, so that's coming out. I'm doing something for Lord of the Rings tomorrow. I haven't gotten that far, and a Blu-ray haul I think Tuesday, because end of the month. There it is. Right. It's kind of. I have a big video I've been trying to work on. It's just there's 46 movies on the list, and it's really hard to kind of get it down. I'm trying to make it honestly one of the best movies I've ever made. So, gotta keep working.
Yep. All right. Chris, any new videos coming up?
Blu-ray haul, of course. Those are my favorites. I'm doing that. I've got favorite. I think I'm doing favorite movie from every year I'm alive, and nice. that should be a fun one. And then I think I have a few more possible girlfriend appearance on the channel again, so that should be fun.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And very cool. You're obviously on hiatus, right?
Yeah, I am, but I am gonna I'm gonna have a. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am gonna do a Blu-ray haul.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Blu-ray haul, but I am still on hiatus, and I'm going to come out. I filmed this a while ago. I did some Harry Potter trivia with me and my wife. Did some Harry Potter trivia, so I'm gonna drop that video mid-July. So
and then I have mine and AJ's collab coming either this week or the next week. So
yes,
be on the lookout for that. But thank you everybody that stayed, came out for the stream. Deluxe saying it was a great stream. Thank you for that. I will see you everybody in the next one. Till then, have a great rest of your day and stay positive.
See you, boys.